Now then, this isn't going to be your average Camino video. Yes, we're going to walk 250 kilometers from Porto to Santiago, but honestly, walking is only the half of it. Over the next 11 days, there'll be blisters, limps, a couple of Menti Bs.
Menti B incoming.
I'm having a terrible day.
Questionable footwear choices.
Brenda's got bin bags on her feet.
Way too many toasties, very dramatic weather gear, a few cheeky bevies of course, and getting to know the locals. So if you want the real Camino experience, the chaos, the bloopers, the laughs, the food, the beautiful moments, and everything in between, come along with us as we walk across Portugal and Spain, one painful wet step at a time.
You can see your bum. My bum. I can't remember the last time I laughed that hard. I'm actually. Why do you reckon we go 3 kilometers an hour? Is it perhaps because every time we see a cat we must stop?
We're feeling a bit sore, my legs hurt, Danielle's got a limp, and we still got 8.5 kilometers to go.
Hello and good morning from day 1 on the Camino. Our morning hasn't got off to a great start, I'm not gonna lie to you. Our plan was to get up early, go back down to the cathedral, and then restart where we've already been yesterday, where we got our little scallop shells. But Brenna woke up with a migraine, so we had to send her back to bed, give her food, give her caffeine, and let her rest. It is now 10:20, and we're on our way. So we're just gonna go from here. Our hotel that we're currently in is actually on the Camino, so we've technically already walked that bit, we just did it yesterday. We kind of wanted to start today though from the beginning to do it like again. So I feel like we haven't really cheated because we did it yesterday. And it is what it is. We've got reservations to keep up with in like 4 days time, so we've got to get going. We can't delay any longer. So yeah, let's go, I'm excited. Day 1.
But first, let me fill you in on what you missed this morning. So we basically woke up, I did the most important thing on my whole Camino and attached my affectionately named clam. It's actually a scallop shell, which is quite a fun fact. All the grooves symbolise all the different routes you can take to Santiago, which I thought was maybe the coolest fact I'd learned yesterday, so I'm sharing it. Then we made some food. We went to the grocery store yesterday and we bought some bread rolls, some salad. We're basically just having sandwiches for breakfast. And Brenda's migraine's feeling a bit better, so I want to eat our breakfast, I guess.
Yeah, not the best start to the morning. I take the blame for that. I mean, it wasn't my fault, but I had to go back to bed for a couple of hours, so. It's okay though, because technically I can literally see the trail from here, like the road that goes there, you'll see in a minute, that's the trail. So we've technically already walked it twice from the cathedral. I'm glad we went there yesterday, because if we didn't go there yesterday, we'd have to go there now and it's way too late. So yeah, I'm gonna put my bag on. Excuse my giant bag, it doesn't weigh that much, but I have got a laptop in there and the electronic-y things, and I've just packed it really badly because I want to like protect that laptop. So it looks really big, but it doesn't weigh that much. So it does look a bit stupid. Danielle's got a smaller bag. Just thought I'd throw that out there, you know, right away.
Mine weighs the same though.
I think mine weighs a little bit more.
They're similar.
After bickering over the bag weight for a couple more minutes, we finally hit the trail at about 10:30.
All right, that's the Camino. Let's go. Okay, so I've decided it's time for a little update. We've been walking for about 40 minutes. It's been like concrete paths, like just streets really the whole way, and pretty easy to follow. It's like a really fun game trying to find the arrows. So at every junction where you're like, oh my God, what way is it? If you really look, you can find these yellow arrows. They're not the easiest to spot though. I think maybe because we're not used to it. I think as we go on through the days and the hours, it will be more obvious where they are, but we're enjoying it. It's like a Where's Wally of the arrows, which is quite enjoyable. Look, there's one.
There's one.
Do you see it? But you don't see it yet, do you? Because it's hard to spot them. There it is. But yeah, it's really making the walk fun so far. I mean, the first hour it's kind of novel, I guess, but soon I'll be like, oh, it's just an arrow. But for now, I'm excited about it.
All right, so I thought I'd fill you in on the stats and the figures of today, because I haven't actually done that yet. So the entire day, we're walking from Porto Cathedral. Well, as you know, we didn't quite start with the cathedral today, but we'll just slide right past that. We're walking from Porto to this town that I've forgotten the name of already. It's 25 kilometers the whole way from the cathedral, so it's going to be just under 25 kilometers for us today. And I think the elevation is like 300 meters above, so it's just going to be like gradual ups and downs, and I think it's going to be like paved roads the whole time. We're literally going to be walking on streets like this one, walking out of Porto and towards That town that I can't pronounce. How's your first 3 kilometres been?
It's only been 3 kilometres.
Yeah.
Good. It's very flat, very easy. Temperature's nice too. The sun's out, it's not too hot, I'm not sweaty. Pretty flat. I feel like the concrete might start playing with my knees in a couple of days if it stays very concrete-y, but green man, I guess we'll see. So far though, so good. So good, so far so good.
This is the point where the Camino Portuguese splits and you can take the central route or the coastal route. We've gone for the central route as the weather's not looking too good in a few days and we think walking by the beach in the rain will be real miserable.
Hello, dog in a jumper.
As you can see, the walk out of Porto for the first maybe 5k wasn't the most scenic. We did walk past quite a few beautiful churches, but it was mostly just road walking next to busy traffic. I look in pain already.
How was your first 10 kilometres?
Well, I'd say it was pretty nice. The weather's lovely. There's a lot of concrete. We're definitely starting to get out of the busy part of town now. It's giving more like smaller town vibes. The first like couple of K were really, really busy because we were still in like the really touristy, hustly bustly bit. It's been very nice actually. My feet are hurting a little bit, not gonna lie. We've just stopped for some coffee. Quite excited about it. Brenna's treated herself to a super. That's soup. If you don't speak Portuguese, you have no idea what flavour it is. It's just soup.
Soup and bread.
Last night, Brenna had soup for dinner and it was green bean flavour and she didn't know. And we didn't think to translate it. Brenna was like, I like every soup. Turns out she doesn't like green bean soup. Shit, though.
All right, my soup's arrived. I'm scared. That looks like it might have green beans.
Green bean again, what are the chances?
That looks like a green bean, doesn't it?
Does a bit, yeah. That's what yesterday's looked like.
The suspense.
Doesn't taste like green beans. Tastes like vegetables. Tastes nice. Okay, I thoroughly enjoyed my soup. I enjoyed my bread roll. I really enjoyed my coffee. It's time to go. It's about 2 p.m. and we have like 13 kilometers left to get to this town that I can't pronounce. So,
let me talk to you about the cost. The coffees were 105 each, so 210 total. Brenna's soup was 175, and her bread roll was 27 cents. Overall, came to just over €4.12. Bargain.
wow.
Yeah. 2 coffees and lunch for one. Even if I'd got lunch, it would have only cost €6. All right, let's get going. I'm getting cold. Right, we've got to keep an eye out now because it's been straight the whole.
This is the trail, by the way.
It's up the hill.
And this is the cafe we stopped at.
Oh, before I forget, we're pretty new to this YouTube thing, so if you could press the like button, subscribe, and hit the hype if it's there, it'd be much appreciated. Thank you. We're trying to do this trip on a budget, so you'll be seeing us in the supermarket quite a lot and us making a lot of home-cooked dinners. So we've stopped off to grab the things for dinner tonight because we don't think there's any major supermarkets before we get to our first night's accommodation.
Let's go. Also, the great thing about the supermarkets here is there's always a toilet. So whenever you need a toilet break, you just need to find a supermarket. We've been pretty lucky so far. There's been loads of supermarkets, so loads of toilet breaks.
This was the first sign we'd seen for a stamp, so we had to go in.
All right, 2 quick coffees.
Well, we can drink them in like 1 minute.
All right, fine.
Yeah?
Anything for a stamp.
Anything for a stamp. So we just left the supermarket and I was literally like, I still don't know where we get our stamps from because you're supposed to get at least 2 a day. And I was like, we don't have any stamps yet. And as we're walking, I see this sign on a lamppost that's like, get your stamp here in this cafe. So we stopped in the cafe, we got a coffee, 2 Americanos for €2, and she stamped it, she dated it for us. €2 well spent. What a great day. Also, a lovely lady walked past and asked if we were going to Santiago and told us it was this way, and then she said Bon Camino. She was lovely. I like it here.
After this, we really are going to crack on because it's getting late and we still have like 13 kilometers to go. So we have to actually get a wiggle on. So this caffeine's going to perk us up and we're going to fly through now, aren't we, Brenna? Yes, please.
Yeah.
We're not going to stop, are we?
No. Danielle didn't want to stop in here, but I was like, where else are we going to get our stamps?
I want
and I
the
was
stamp.
like, it only takes us 1 minute to drink a coffee.
Yeah. Also, they were only €1 each. It was a bargain. €2.
Yeah.
Coffee here is so cheap.
And the lady was lovely.
Yeah, really lovely. She was like, do you want a stamp? And we were like, yes, please. €2 when we came in. All right, I'm going to drink my coffee. We got to get a wiggle on. One downside about doing it in the winter is the daylight hours are very, very limited. It gets dark at about 5:30 and it doesn't get light till about 9 a.m. So that's why I'm in such a rush to get going, because I really don't want to be hiking in the dark.
Okay, I feel like we've officially left like the city area of Porto, because look, fields. Yay! I feel like we're in like rural Portugal now. 15 kilometers. So 15 kilometers after leaving, so probably like 17 from the cathedral, and we're in rural Portugal.
I've decided that I think it would be a good idea to tell you why we've decided to do the Camino. I feel like everyone has a reason for doing it, or like a purpose, or like whether that be religious or spiritual, or I don't know, whatever it is. Basically, there's so many different reasons people do it. And our reason is pretty much just to clear our heads. We've done quite a lot of stuff, like the TMB last summer, we did like a bike ride in the US for 3 months. We hiked in the US for 3 months, like backpacking. And we just love it. It just completely clears your head. It feels like meditation. You don't realise how much like stuff you're holding onto in your head and how much crap you're thinking about. And as soon as you start walking and you've got nothing to think about apart from walk, eat, sleep, you just feel like a whole new person. So that's why we're doing it. We're also running out of money. Boo. So it means you have to go back to work soon. We quit our jobs at the end of May. It's now the end of November. So we've had a good run. We haven't had to work for a really long time. So in the new year, we're going to be going back to work to earn some more money to go and do some more travelling. But we thought we need like a little bit of a detox before we have to do that. And this is it. 2 weeks of walking in beautiful Portugal. Don't mind if I do.
Don't mind if I do. So I feel like my reasons for doing it are obviously very, very similar. I feel like my main one is the fact that we're going back to work now. Like Danielle said, we had a good innings, you know. We've been travelling for about 6 months now. But the problem is, going back to work, it feels like it's going to like... It gives you stress, you know, obviously. We've lived a very stress-free lifestyle for the last few months. It's been wonderful. But I feel a bit apprehensive about going back to work and getting into that routine and like getting stressed about work, really. So I feel like I need to clear my head. I need to be mentally healthy, physically healthy, spiritually healthy, you know, all that stuff. Please excuse the dogs barking. I've picked a really bad time to film this, haven't I? But yeah, that's kind of why I want to do... I feel like we've been really blessed to, you know, travel for 6 months and not have to work and not have to stress about that. But before that, we were in Canada and life was kind of stressful, you know, bills were expensive and rent was expensive and we didn't get paid a lot, you know, we had a lot of stresses. I just know how stressful working life gets. Even if you really, really try not to be stressed, it is stressful. And I just don't want to go into that with like a ton of stuff on my mind, like perpetuating that like stressfulness and making it even worse before we've even started. So I feel like for me, this is like a kind of like meditation, like walking meditation. Like instead of just sitting and thinking about nothing, I'm going to walk and think about nothing. So I'm going to clear my head and I'm going to like get physically fitter, I guess. I also feel like it's worth mentioning that neither of us are actually particularly religious and we're not really doing this for religious reasons. But I feel like a pilgrimage doesn't have to be religious. I feel like it's more of a spiritual journey for us, you know?
The last section of the day took us through about 3 or 4 beautiful little villages, which were all beautifully signposted with this lovely white sign.
Nice.
Which I took full advantage of. Did that just not give photo opportunity? As you can see, the sun is setting, so I was right to be rushing Brenna on her coffee.
Another reason we both really wanted to do this is to be a little bit more present and a little bit more mindful. I feel like we've been really recently looking forward to the next thing or like kind of wishing life away. And it's just so easy to be present when this is your view. Like you just walk around and it's just so easy to be like, oh my God, that's so beautiful. And like the kindness in strangers on this trail is just, it's only been 1 day. And honestly, everyone's been so nice and so like welcoming and hospitable. And it's just so beautiful. In about 3 days, it's meant to rain. So maybe I won't be feeling that way when I'm soaking wet, do you know what I mean? And it's pissing down with rain. I'm just really enjoying being present and enjoying the walk. We're nearly there. We've done about 20k already. I say already. The sun's about to set, so it's probably a good thing we're nearly there, but yeah, really enjoying it.
Well, what have we here? It's only a bloody stamp.
You're kidding me, we get all for free?
Yeah.
You don't have to buy that coffee?
Oh my goodness.
Go on, stamp it.
All
We've got so
right.
many spaces.
All right, yeah.
As you can see, I take stamps extremely seriously.
Just walking along, I found this little stamp counter There's just a free stamp just in a little box at the side of the trail.
That was a real concern of mine, getting these stamps. Because technically if you don't get 2 a day, you haven't really done the Camino apparently. Anyway, we better get going. I'm starting to get tired now and hungry.
We're here. And we're going here. This is a dangerous path apparently. I think it goes along the road, so we're going to take this one because that's where we're staying tonight anyway.
Our map says to take this way anyway.
Oh, perfect. Cool. Shall we?
Yeah, let's do it.
This way. Nice clam.
It's not a clam. It's a scallop. We downloaded an app called Bon Camino, and that's the route that we followed. This route also did take us along a road without much of a path, and it was still kind of busy, so we're super glad that we didn't take the other route. I think the other route had no pavement at all, so this one was still kind of scary. Our bags were so wide, it was kind of like hanging into the road anyway. Finally, we were nearly there, and the sun was starting to set. Nearly there. Tomorrow, we will eat more. You learn on the go in these kinds of things, you know? Made a mistake, didn't eat enough. Don't worry, tomorrow I'll eat too much. I look forward to it. Smart car nearly killed me.
Death by smart car.
What a way to go. Smart car of all things. Lucky I didn't. I'm still here. Still kicking, still hungry, still tired.
Okay, so we're probably like between 1 and 2 kilometers away still. That's really starting to get dark. So our pace has been very, very slow today. I know we got a late start, but I just don't really want to be walking down these narrow, like country roads in the dark because there's street lights. Maybe you can see them behind me there, but they're not the best. So I'm just glad I'm wearing yellow so people can see me. There's no paths or anything, they're quite narrow. A lot of people are driving pretty fast too, so I don't really want to be here when it's dark. So hopefully we're pretty close.
Are we there yet? As you can see, by this point in the day, my body's starting to give up. I should have definitely had some lunch. I don't know what I was thinking. I have just looked at the map and I think we actually are closer than we think. I think maybe my map lied to me. We can only hope. Because I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't know if I can make it. I literally ate breakfast this morning at 10 a.m, which was a bread roll with a tomato and a lettuce leaf in it. And here we are, so that's my own silly fault though. Don't be me. All right, that looks quite nice, doesn't it? Let me be present and mindful and not a cranky bitch. It's tough right now.
We were worried it wouldn't be open because it's winter. It said online it was, but I had this irrational fear coming down that hill that it wouldn't be open, but the door's open, so let's go in.
I think this was actually the coolest place we stayed on the whole of the Camino. It's actually a 1,000-year-old monastery, and it's super cheap because it's actually a public albergue, so it's run by volunteers. Once we took our shoes off, we went to check in. There was a lovely volunteer there who helped us. He basically checks your passport and your pilgrim's passport to make sure you're doing the Camino, because that's the only people who are eligible to stay here. And don't forget to bring cash, because all of the public auberges are cash only.
So we paid 10 euros each. The price was 15 euros each for a twin room, 30 euros for a double room for the whole room, and it was just 10 euros each if you wanted the big, like, giant shared dorm room. So we were like, oh, it's fine, we'll just stay in the dorm room. There's probably not many other people here. And then he took us on a little tour and he took us here. And he was like, in the low season, we'll put you here. So we only paid 20 euros and we got this private tour room, which is really cool. The toilet's right next door. There's a kitchen, free coffee, free tea. Should we go make some pasta?
Yes, please. Just to give you a bit of an idea of how quiet it is here, it's literally us two, one other solo man and one other solo woman staying here, which is kind of crazy. That dinner honestly never tasted so good just for the fact it was food. Once we finished dinner, we went and had showers, washed up obviously, and then had a pretty early night, to be honest with you. My dinner was underwhelming, if you were wondering. I did get my big bowl of pasta. I am nice and sufficiently full now. We bought a couple of tomatoes and I was like, I don't want to carry them, I'm just going to chuck them in. Too many tomatoes. Ruined it. Took away the flavour from the expensive sauce. €2 for that sauce. All it tasted like was old tomatoes. Bye, good night. Okay, let me give you the facts and figures for the day. So the total distance walked was 23.5k, which is 14.6 miles. We walked for 5 hours and 45 minutes, and we spent €33.54, which is 39.49 USD. See you tomorrow for day 2.
Good morning from day 2 on our Camino. Today we're waking up in a 1,000-year-old monastery. It's currently sunrise, it's about 7 a.m. It's the end of November, we're doing this in winter, and apparently there's a view upstairs and I'm going to take you to see it because I haven't seen it yet and the sun is literally rising, so let's go. So when we checked in yesterday, the guy was like showing us around, showed us the kitchen, the dining room, and he told us there's a meditation room and a view upstairs, so I guess one more.
Must be, yeah.
Now, I'm not one to be dramatic, but I'd say this actually might be one of the coolest accommodations we've ever stayed in, and we've been travelling together since 2017, so we've stayed in our fair share of places, but this monastery was something else. As you can see, we had a proper snoop around. We looked at the double rooms, we looked at all the other bunk rooms that are upstairs. We never did find the viewpoint. I don't know if he just meant it was through a window, but we did find this really cool meditation room.
Initially when we arrived last night, it felt a little bit like creepy. I think we arrived in the dark and I didn't think anyone else was here. It felt like a little bit creepy, you know. And then I saw the sign that said it's 1,000 years old and I was like, oh, this is scary. But now in the morning, I like it. It feels like I'm at like my nan's house or something. It's all like old and like creaky and like kind of chilly.
Peaceful as well.
Really peaceful. I can't imagine what it's like in the summer because it's so big here. They must actually get enough people to fill all the beds. And imagine being in this small space with like hundreds of people. Like, I can't even imagine it, but end of November. Pretty bloody cold, but pretty bloody cool.
I reckon it must be mayhem if you want to like cook your food here, in there. And there isn't anywhere to eat around here either that we walked past, that I noticed anyway. There was like 1 or 2 cafes a few kilometres back, but it's food for thought.
Once we finished our coffee, we headed back to the room, packed up all our things, and admittedly got going later than expected, but there's nothing new there. We'll never be them people that are up at 6 a.m. and out the door.
Oh, you know what? I think it was colder in there than it is out here.
There's just something about like religious buildings, temples. It puts you in a good like zen state, do you not think? Am I chatting shit? Do I need my breakfast? Yeah, let's go.
So when we originally planned to do this, I had no idea that you could actually do it in winter. I thought this was like a summer-only thing, because a lot of hikes in Europe, I know this is technically a walk, not a hike, but a lot of the hikes we were looking into, you can only do in the summer because you go over mountain passes and stuff, and it snows a lot, and the weather's bad, and nothing's open. So I was really surprised when I found out that you could actually do this in winter. So I feel like this is something that I want to talk about today. Is like, you can do this in winter. It's a little bit of a different walk to what it would be if you did it in summer. But you can do it in winter, so I'm going to talk about that today. So I feel like the first and most obvious point to make is that the public albergues, they're still open. They might not be running at the same capacity that they are in the summer, but they are technically open. And I'm going to show you a little tour of it so you can see all the facilities that are still open in the winter. Even though it's freezing cold, no one's there. A communal dining area. How cute is this? A communal kitchen, stove, microwave, sinks, pots, pans, utensils. Free tea and coffee station. Spare blankets. The communal bathroom. 2 showers, 2 toilets, bunch of sinks and mirrors.
We did actually end up staying in quite a few public auberges. All of them were open, all of them were only 10 euros each, and they all had a kitchen so you can cook your own food and lots of seating for you to sit in the evening. The monastery we stayed in last night, I said there wasn't much seating, but I forgot to factor in there. It had this gorgeous courtyard and loads of seats. Not great for the winter, but in the summer, oh my goodness, I reckon that'd be beautiful after a long day of hiking. Anyway, enough talk about public auberges. It was time to hit the trail, and we came across a really friendly cat, and in our heads, as soon as we see a friendly cat, it's going to be a good day. It's like a good omen, so let's get going.
Nice clam.
It's 10 degrees.
It's cold. Good morning. Alright, we stopped for breakfast at this cafe. We were just walking past and we saw it was really busy and it sold pastries and stuff, so we've decided to come in. We have walked a total of 1.8 kilometres since we left, so not particularly far. We've been going for about 30 minutes. We did stop a lot to film. Danielle's got up to the counter, nothing's in English, so she's just going to point to some pastries and get them, and we're going to get 2 coffees. And it's pretty busy in here, it's kind of tight. My bag is taking up a lot of space. I'm feeling a little bit inconsiderate, but it is what it is. So, breakfast time.
Came to 5.40. Okay, so we got 2 Americanos. It came to 5.40 in total. I have no idea what this is. They were in the counter. I pointed at them. They look like they contain some kind of meat and some kind of cheese. This one looks like some kind of pate, ham, and cheese. And this one looks like cheese, ham, and ham.
Sounds like a Greg sausage roll.
Does it?
I love a Greg sausage roll. Oh, it's a bit like a sausage roll.
Oh.
It's like a sausage roll with cheese in it. That's nice.
Spoiler alert, you're going to be seeing a hell of a lot of bread, meat and cheese.
Also nice.
What's your favourite?
This one's more bready. This one's just pastry. Quite like the pastry one. It tastes like heart disease, but it tastes good.
Ooh, heart disease.
I feel like that took us about 5 minutes total. In, order, eat, out. 5 minutes.
It's 9:15 now, that's how quick we were.
Literally 5 minutes. So one of the things that I was kind of concerned about doing this in the winter when I was doing my research was that I think in the Spanish one, the Frances route, I think a lot of the cafes and stuff are open mainly for pilgrims. I feel like that is not the case here. All these cafes and stuff that we're going past are all still open, even though it's the end of November. And I think they're open all year round because they're literally here for locals. We have been the only pilgrims in any of the stops we've made. Every cafe, every restaurant, everything we've stopped at has been locals only, and then us. So nothing is open only for pilgrims. So it doesn't matter that it's winter because they're open year round. It's not like they're seasonal because they're literally open for tourists. They're literally just open because the locals go there. Kind of feel like we stick out like a bit of a sore thumb because we're like the only people with giant bags walking through town, but everybody's nice, so I don't feel awkward at all. But yeah, everywhere is still open. That was something that I was kind of concerned about. Every single cafe we've gone past, every single restaurant, every single supermarket, store, everything.
After our good rest yesterday, we're actually both feeling pretty good today, but we are starting to feel a little bit sick of cobbles. There is a hell of a lot on this trail, so they're going to cause me a lot of blister trouble very, very soon.
Ironically, this is the path, the cobbles. There's pavement or there's cobbles, and of course, we are following the cobbles. Definitely the steepest section so far.
Important announcement, that is the first pilgrim we've seen. Oh, look, cobbles. Oh, also, before I forget, if you could like and subscribe and hit the hype button, it would really, really, really mean a lot. And maybe leave a comment. I love reading comments. Okay, thanks. Bye. Lunch, dinner, snacks, bakery. 200 metres after the church. All right, noted. Shall we stop for a coffee?
Yes.
Perhaps some lunch?
Yes.
Is it lunchtime yet?
Yes.
Is it?
Don't know.
11:19, not really.
All right, coffee.
Snack?
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
One downside to doing this in winter is it gets really cold at night, so you have to bring a sleeping bag. We don't have to. There was blankets and spare blankets and linens and everything at the monastery last night, but I'm so glad I have my sleeping bag. So I'm carrying this giant ass bag because we've got 2 -5 Celsius sleeping bags in there, like down sleeping bags, because I get really cold at night. We've also got like warm weather clothes and stuff because it gets really cold. There was no heating at the monastery last night, so it was bloody freezing, and I would have died with the fleece blanket, to be honest. I feel like I needed the sleeping bag. So that's why I got a giant bag. So that is one downside. You have to carry extra gear, like rain gear, warm weather gear, and sleeping bags. I do anyway. I get really cold. Some people don't have sleeping bags, but they're crazy.
I feel like you'd need the rain gear in the summer anyway, because you can never be too sure about the weather.
How do you feel about the temperature of the day?
I really like it. I feel like Brenna feels the cold a lot more than me, so I found last night I was warm, today I'm warm. This is nice for me. Not too hot, not too cold. Perfect. One plus side about doing it in the winter as well is you don't have to get going really early because there's no like really hot afternoon sun. The sun doesn't really get high, so it's never really that warm. So you can have a really leisurely day. You haven't got to get to camp really early to fight for a bed, worry about the sun. Plenty of perks to the winter hike. Unless you want to make friends, then don't do it because we've seen one man. None of the churches are open. I really want to go in and have a look around. They're all closed.
Do you think that's a winter specific thing, or are they just always?
I don't know. Maybe actually, there's just not enough footfall. It's not worth being open for me, you, and that man in front.
Maybe. Right. Apparently, 200 metres past the church, there's a cafe that does snacks and coffee.
I hope it's open.
I bloody hope it's open.
Imagine it's not.
I'd be disappointed.
Me too.
I'd be shocked, appalled, and disappointed. All right, we did stop at the cafe and we did get a snack and we did get a coffee. It came to €6.70 for 2 pain au chocolats and 2 coffees, and we're sitting outside because it's not that cold.
It's quite nice actually. It's very peaceful.
Very peaceful. It was a successful stop because we got food, coffee, and a stamp.
I'm not feeling good right now. 20k to go.
Okay, it's 12 o'clock, 10.5 kilometres down. We still have like 18 to go, so like a third of the way through the day. And Danielle's limping, which is interesting. I think she seized up where we sat down for a while, but hopefully we don't have to stop again now. We've had our coffee, we've had our lunch. I'm probably going to be hungry again soon because it was just a pastry, but it doesn't matter if I am, I can still power through, you know? So hopefully that was like the bulk of our stopping for the day, and now we're just going to plow through. So it's midday now, and that means we probably have about 5.5 hours of daylight left because last night it got dark. I think the sun sets at like 5, but it doesn't get really dark until 5:30. So we were actually getting to the monastery we stayed in last night at around 5:30, and it was like pretty much dark when we got there. Like I wouldn't want to be hiking on these roads any later than that. These roads are kind of narrow, and there's street lights on some of them, but they're not the brightest. So I feel like we should have probably bought like a bike light or something to attach to the back of our bags so we could be seen better. But in my head, we weren't going to be hiking in the dark. But because of the short daylight hours in the winter, we kind of will be because we've got quite long days. So that's definitely something to think about. I mean, we could leave at like the crack of dawn at 7 a.m, I guess. It gets light at 7 a.m, but it's not like really light at 7 a.m. It's probably, I'd say like the sun rises at 7, but it's not light until like 8. So you'd still be in the same predicament. You'd be hiking in the dark in the morning. So that's definitely a downside to winter. You get less daylight hours for hiking.
They love cobbles so much they made the crossing out of cobbles. Danielle's also just made me realise that they like cobbles so much they made a mini cobbled pavement. It's the same as the road but different. It's like a special cobble just for walking on. They love cobbles here.
To our absolute joy, we briefly left the cobbles and tarmac behind and we found a lovely trail to walk on, which turned out to be kind of muddy, so I'm not sure what we preferred actually, the cobbles or the mud. My feet were definitely glad for some softer impact. Brenna slipped, and then we eventually made it back to cobbles not that long after, to be honest. I think we were only on the nice trail for about a kilometre. All is better. All is well. I have wine. It'll numb my aches and pains. We were definitely getting hangry, so it was time to stop. We got 2 toasties, a large wine, and a coffee, which set us back €8.20. But we did make a mistake. I'll let Brenna fill you in.
All right, so we're about 22 kilometres in for the day. We've got about 8 kilometres left. And we decided it was time to have a little snack stop again, because we're both getting a bit hangry, a bit tired, flagging a bit. Stopped at a nice cafe at the side of the road, literally right on the trail. We were like, that'll do. That one there, is it open? Yeah, it's open. Let's go in. Danielle went in, I went in. Man comes over, really lovely. He's like, oh, if you want the Pilgrim's menu, it's only €10 and I'll give you a good soup, I'll give you a coffee, a drink, and a roast chicken. And we were like, nah, it's okay. We'll just have a snack. So we both get a drink. Danielle gets a glass of wine, I get a coffee, and we get a ham and cheese toastie. And then about 5 minutes later, I'm looking around at the wall. Danielle's like, it says he's on the Michelin Guide. And I'm like, this place on the Michelin Guide? This random place we just stopped in? Unlikely. Like, that'd be really good luck if it was. No, it was on the Michelin Guide for his chicken, his roast chicken. The whole place was just filled with posters and newspaper clippings of the man's roast chicken. He's famous for his roast chicken. And we didn't get it, we got a toastie.
We went into the bar area, so I didn't see all the Michelin star recommendations. That was on the main restaurant area. If I'd seen that, I'd have probably asked a few more questions. So I didn't see all them signs because we went into the bar area, but there's the same place and the same bloody menu. I've never been so disappointed.
I have no excuse because right behind Danielle's head was a newspaper clipping of the man and his chicken and the word Michelin, so I've no excuse. I was just being oblivious. But yeah, we got a ham and cheese toastie when the man's on the Michelin Guide for his roast chicken. And he offered it to us for €10 with 2 drinks and a soup. So I feel a fool. If you come through here, get the man's roast chicken. And I guarantee at the end of this Camino, I'll be like, regrets from the Camino, and that'll be number 1. Didn't get his roast chicken.
We'll hire a car, we'll drive down and we'll get his chicken. Whoever watches this, eat his chicken and tell me if it's good, will you?
If you've been here and you've had his chicken, tell me if it's worth it, because I've got deep regret and I'm going to carry that with me for 206 kilometres to Santiago. Unrelated news to do with the hike. We're feeling a bit sore, my legs hurt, Danielle's got a limp, and we still got 8.5 kilometres to go.
So this was it, 4.6. He also had a bar area, which we were at. So he has like 2 locations, so the dining area, and then like where we were, the more casual one. Same place though. And I was scrolling through. What do you mean? What do you mean? Brenna went to the toilet, and then a group of people came in. They ordered 1 soda just to look around the place and ask some questions and take photos of all of his posters. Well, I think we were at like a secret hotspot of the area, and we fucking ordered a ham and cheese toastie and not his famous chicken for €10, which included a soup and a coffee and a drink. I have never had so much regret in all my life. I looked through the photos. Let me show you the chicken. Can't show it in real life because I didn't get it.
Oh, I could
Excuse
eat that
me?
right now.
I mean, it probably wasn't that fancy because it was the Pilgrim one, but I saw another one that just looked like a... Where is it? Hold on. That one was probably that.
Oh, it looks good though.
It was fucking fantastic. That's exactly where we were. Anyway, the man was a delight. Definitely recommend it. And if you get offered the chicken, eat it, all right? Okay, we'll stop talking about the chicken now. Sorry about that. We're still not over it, though. It's our first stream crossing of the trail. I've had a glass of wine. I'm gonna fall in.
Good job. I haven't had a glass of wine. Let's hope I don't fall in.
I don't even put it in there.
It's bloody 5 o'clock already.
I know, we're never gonna make it before dark.
Bloody hell.
That's what we get for having 2 lunches.
Okay, so the inevitable has happened and it got dark. It's about 5:30 right now, and I'd say it's pretty much not entirely dark. There's still some light in the sky, but it's pretty dark. The street lights are on, all the cars got their headlights on. But we knew this would happen. It was quite a big day, and we had a few stops. We were walking quite slow for a lot of it. It is what it is, you know. It's the end of November. Unfortunately, the sun does set about 5 p.m. Luckily, this part of the street is lit, and there's a path on the other side, so I'm gonna cross. But yeah, it got dark. We didn't get there before dark, which I didn't think would happen. I think we're gonna be there about 5:45 probably, maybe 6 at the worst case. We just need to find an ATM before we can go there because it's cash only. It's another public albergue, so it's cash donations only, so we need to find an ATM, which Danielle's map says we're gonna walk past one, so that's good. Then head to the albergue, which says it's open till 10, so hopefully there's a volunteer there until 10.
And if you're wondering how we decided where to stay, we actually downloaded an app called Bon Camino, and it lays out all the different stages for you. So we just chose the town, zoomed in, and then picked the public auberge because it was the cheapest option. It's only 10 euros each night, and it's like standard across the whole of Portugal and Spain.
We finally made it. We're here. I might cry. The door is open. Someone's in here.
I was so glad to make it. I didn't think I was going to. Anyway, it was a similar process to last night. There's a volunteer who works there. She asks to see your pilgrim's passport, your actual passport, and then it's 10 euros each per person, and she gives you a disposable sheet and pillow cover. And then you're shown to your bunk.
Danielle's made my bed for me while I was sorting my stuff out. It's like a disposable sheet and pillow. We've chosen the bottom bunk in the corner. There's 16 beds in here. It's us two and one other person. The joys of it being winter is the rooms are very empty. I imagine in summer you couldn't get here at 6 p.m. because it would be full. And you wouldn't have your pick of the beds. At least we had our pick of the beds. Joys of doing it in winter. I'm going to go shower. I know the shower won't be full because it's just me and Danielle here that are women. Then I guess we'll make dinner. Hopefully there won't be a fight for the kitchen because it's just us two and one other person. So, happy days.
Fun story about that man who we shared the dorm with. He actually snored horrendously and spoke in his sleep and was shouting about the police in his sleep, which was absolutely terrifying to wake up to at 3 a.m. But he was completely harmless, so that was fine. We made a cheesy broccoli pasta, which filled our bellies, and moods drastically improved, unsurprisingly. I think we just need to eat more. I get hangry. Anyway, off to bed.
Thanks for watching day 2. I guess we'll see you tomorrow. Don't forget to like and subscribe and ring the bell. You'll make Brenna's day.
You will.
See you tomorrow. I'm not actually sure if we're going to make it.
Oh my God, stop.
Okay, and the facts and figures for today. Distance walked was 30k, which is 18.6 miles. We walked for 8 hours and 5 minutes, and we spent 43 euros and 30 cents, which is $50.88 USD. Our third morning has begun in this public auberge where we shared a dorm with one other man who snored extremely loudly. We've packed up all of our stuff and we're going downstairs for some much needed caffeine.
Good morning and welcome to day 3 on the Camino. We are not feeling it this morning. Let's drink our coffee and fill you in.
Today I need my coffee because I slept probably the worst I've slept in about 5 years. Our one roommate snores very loud. That's what I'm going to say about that. Not his fault, but I didn't get a lot of winks, you know. Let's hope the caffeine fuels me. I'm just going to take you outside for a moment. Because, as you probably know, for the last 4 days we've had absolutely beautiful blue sky, sunshine. Today, the bad weather has found us. It ain't looking so pleasant today, as you can probably see from the sky. It is forecast to rain all day, pretty much. I think in about half an hour, it's about 60% chance of rain, all the way through to 9 p.m. So we're going to be walking in the rain today. Went to Decathlon and bought this giant poncho because we knew it was going to rain at some point. Doing this at the end of November and beginning of December, it's inevitable it's going to rain. So giant poncho, rain pants, rain covers, bin bags, the whole lot. I'm just really holding out hope it doesn't rain as much as it says it's going to rain. It probably will, but I'm prepared. I've got my poncho, so hopefully that means it won't rain because I'm prepared.
It's given me peace of mind that they have Uber here. We have an emergency contingency plan to get out if one of us gets really cold or the rain's terrible or we slip or whatever on the cobbles. I'm feeling better about things now. Things are looking up. Did I mention it's 34k today? Yesterday was only 29.5 and it nearly killed us, so could be fun.
I washed a pair of underpants yesterday because we used to do laundry and we didn't really have time to do a whole load and they didn't dry, so they're hanging on the outside of my bag, so just ignore that because I'm a little bit embarrassed, but if I put them in the bag they'll smell like damn and I have to wash them again and we'll be back at square one. So the underpants are on the outside of the bag.
Big door in there, bloody hell. Come on then, let's go.
Goodbye, amigo de montagne albergue. Albergue? Auberge. All right, let's go. 34 kilometers in the rain. Not raining yet though, so maybe only 30 kilometers in the rain. I'm feeling stiff, I'm feeling sore. But we're gonna do it. And worst case, there's Uber.
$195 kilometers to go. Feeling good. Blisters hurt a little. We're feeling optimistic. And this town is lovely. I'm kind of sad we didn't walk the extra kilometre. I think it would have killed me yesterday though. And I'd have been in a foul mood, whereas today, this is lovely.
Look, Jenny, it was you. Nice clam.
That's me, I've got a clam. Her bag's a little bit smaller than yours.
Just a little bit.
And her waist's a bit smaller than mine. We need all the magic we can get.
So the plan was to actually walk to a McDonald's that was just outside of town and get a cheeky little McDonald's breakfast, but that didn't pan out.
I don't know if it is.
No way.
Look, it's at 10. It's 25 minutes.
Fuck.
We didn't take the news well, but we made the executive decision to just keep walking because otherwise we've been waiting around for half an hour. And we were hoping we'd just find something soon.
Okay, we found a cafe that's open. It turns out on Saturdays, not a lot of cafes are open, so this actually was more of a struggle than we thought. Initially, the plan was obviously McDonald's, but it's now 10:09 and we've walked 4 kilometres. If we'd have waited for McDonald's to open, we'd have only walked 1 by now, so this was definitely a better plan. We've ordered a ham and cheese toasty. Danielle just got a picture up online and just pointed to it and was like, 2 please. So we got 2 coffees and 2 toasties of some sort. Danielle also tried to order a soup, but unfortunately the man didn't speak any English, so it's our fault for not knowing Portuguese, but we got 2 toasties and 2 coffees.
I know soup though, it's super. I said, dos super? And he went, no milk? And I think he was talking about the coffee again, so I let it go. We got coffee and a sandwich, it'll do for now. I'm sure they'll be able to stop soon.
Yeah, we're walking through like really small villages today, so I'm kind of concerned about like lack of food. We probably should have brought some with us. Also, tomorrow's Sunday, so we're definitely going to have to like go to the grocery store and bring some food with us because I don't think many places are going to be open. But this will do for now, you know? This will do. We get coffee, we get a toasty. Happy days. The place is called Cafe Central. It's in a cute little village just outside of Barcelos. Will it be better than the Michelin Guide one yesterday that wasn't technically on the Michelin Guide, but the man was?
I think it was better.
I think it's better. That's real good.
It only came to €9 as well, so that was the 2 toasties, 2 coffees, and we also got 2 Snickers. What a bargain.
Help me out, I'm getting wet.
Oh, yeah. at least we're dry. Can you get a clip of me? What are you saying? I can't understand you. You can see your bum. My bum? Is it on my... I pulled it too hard.
It's got caught on your hat. Just let the hat get wet.
Woo.
I thought people were staring at us before, but Christ, we thought these were a good investment.
They are. You're going to keep us dry.
All right, let's get going.
Are you okay?
I can't remember the last time I laughed that hard. I'm actually... I'm going to have to walk in front.
These Packer Max said you could have a 10-litre bag underneath. Brenna's got a 60-litre bag and it fits like a glove, so...
And a 10-litre bag at the front. Stop laughing at me. I've got to wear this all day. Stop. You look ridiculous too. You can see my whole undercarriage.
I can't walk behind you. I need you to adjust me.
It's adjusted as hell. What do you mean adjust you? I'm working with what I got.
There we go.
Can you adjust me in any way?
You're a capacitor.
Alright. Alright, I'm going to put you away because it's raining, so I'll keep you updated. Hopefully the rain stops, but the forecast says it's going to rain all day, so we'll see. Let's start walking, I guess.
I feel like the camera's not really showing you how much rain is actually falling from the sky.
We are about a quarter of the way in, almost 8 kilometres. How are you feeling?
Medium. I'm not going to say good. I'm not going to say terrible. My feet hurt a little bit. Nah, I don't want to complain too much. I complain a lot. And if you're wondering, I still laugh every time I look at Brenna in that poncho for too long.
Okay, we stopped for a Snickers break. We wanted to stop in a cafe, well, it's actually called a restaurant that was down there, but it was like all white tablecloths, so we couldn't really stop. It's raining, so we can't sit on any benches. Our feet really hurt and we want to rest, so we had to stand and have a Snickers break. Brenna's done a bit of Googling and there's a cafe a 15-minute walk away that's like a little bit off the trail, so we're gonna go there, get some soup and warm up because we're both really wet and really cold. Our feet have got wet from the rain. The ponchos kept us dry, but they kind of get stuck to your legs and then the rain gets stuck and both our feet are drenched, so to be honest with you, we're not really feeling it. This is a little bit miserable, so we're going to stop, we're going to go have some soup, have a coffee, and then we're going to regroup. I don't know what we're going to do.
Am I on? Oh, it's so cold and wet. I look more ridiculous. Not possible. Not possible. Camino ready.
By this point in the day, we were both starting to get really cold and really wet, and to be honest with you, really not enjoy it. So we did start discussing the idea of getting an Uber from this cafe. As you can see, I'm starting to limp, and honestly, I really don't think it's capturing how much it's really raining. Also, the ponchos still make me laugh even now watching this back. I never know when's a good time to say this, so I'm just going to slip it in here. If you are still watching this and enjoying it, please do like, subscribe, comment, hype, and you'll make our day. Thank you.
How many ham and cheese toasties do you think we're going to eat whilst we're in Portugal? I think this is our third, and we only found out about them yesterday. Best one so far. Danielle's we're going to Uber and it's 20 euros from here, but it says it'll be 20 minutes till we get picked up. I'm not convinced anyone's going to come and pick us up out here, so I don't want to get our hopes up and then they're dashed. So I'm going to eat this, I'm going to relax, get warm, get dry. See what happens, I guess.
We're going to attempt to book it. We don't know if it's going to actually work, but that's what we are. See if anyone will drive out of their way to come and get us for 20 euros. I feel like I'm a little bit sceptical.
No way.
He's 7 miles away, but he's coming.
Someone's picking us up.
Someone's picking us up. Oh my god. I'm not going to get my hopes up yet. He's 7 miles away. He's coming 7 miles to get us. He's done that many trips. You think he sounds like a good egg, right? 4.97. Once I see him on this highway, I'll believe it. So just pan around and look at the rain. We've made the right decision.
The rain really was relentless. This wasn't like a little bit of drizzle. This was full-blown downpour.
Alright, total was €5.80, 90 cents each for the coffee and €2 each for the toasty. What a bloody bargain.
Also, I think I should point out, we do really enjoy ham and cheese toasties, but a lot of these cafes is literally all they sell. The only thing she sold food-wise was a ham and cheese toastie.
All my aches and pains have just vanished.
I don't think I've mentioned, but we have actually pre-booked accommodation in the town of Ponta de Lima, as there's no public auberges in the town, so we have a snazzy private place this evening at the local hostel. The cheek of that blue sky to make an appearance now. Check-in was actually at 4 o'clock, so we were a little bit early, and the man on the desk was super nice and let us check in early, which we were super grateful for.
Hello and welcome to the twin room in the hostel. I've got my rain pants on because we're doing laundry. We're doing laundry because we paid €20 for a taxi. We skipped like 18 kilometers, maybe more. And I'm feeling a little bit bad about it, but
Nah.
it rained so much. We're in the taxi and it was like raining so hard. The guy had to like drive really slow and you know, it rained a lot, right? It's not raining right now, but
That's not
it
the
rained
point.
a lot. And I've zero regrets. That was supposed to be the toughest day. Ended up being probably our easiest day.
No, it was so tough. We had to
It
quit.
was. Wow, yeah, I suppose. When you put it like that. Anyway, should we go do some laundry?
yeah, it's 4 o'clock.
We're going to do laundry.
I'm not sure if you can see, you know when people do that OOTD? I got plastic Birkenstock sandals with ankle socks. I've got waterproof pants, a fleece that I am going to wash when I get there. It's just too cold to take off right now. And this puffer coat that I've got a little bit too plump to fit into comfortably.
That was a bargain. It cost €4 for the wash, €2 for the dry. We only dried for 12 minutes, but because it was all like sports stuff, it dried really, really quickly in like underwear. So, I mean, if you put jeans in, it'd probably take longer, but who's carrying jeans? Next stop is the grocery store to get some stuff for dinner.
This is where I got the green bean soup from. I believe it was this one. I might be wrong. Wouldn't recommend. Would not recommend.
I won't be stopped from having my wine. I've got a cheaper one. I might go up and down the aisles a little.
All right.
Which is on 4. I'm thinking if we go out for a glass of wine, they're going to charge us €4, which is the opener, and a bottle of wine is €2, so that's less than 2 glasses of wine out. We ended up spending €15 in this store, and we stopped in Aldi as well, which was right by the hostel, and spent another €5 in there. We ended up with like a cold, picky dinner. The hostel doesn't actually have a kitchen, which is why we've gone for this, but I feel like it's the perfect girl dinner. Wine, crisps, olives, sandwiches, Netflix. What a great evening.
Good night.
Good night. Okay, time for the facts and figures. Today we walked 12.4 kilometres, which is 7.7 miles. We walked for around 3.5 hours and we spent €97.70, which is around 114 USD.
Hello and good morning. Today 4 on our Camino de Portuguese, the Central Way. We've woken up in this lovely twin room. I'm not going to lie to you, we splurged a little. This cost us €40. Previous nights we've only been paying 20. This one was 40, but there wasn't that many options in this town if you want to try and do it on a budget, so we kind of had to. And also, you may or may not be aware if you watched yesterday's video, we accidentally jumped into a taxi because of the rain. So basically, yesterday was quite a spenny day. So we're going to try and claw back some money today and try and do this one on a bit more of a tight budget. We've got free breakfast downstairs, which we're definitely going to utilise. Going to go down there now, fill my belly up with bread, ham and cheese, probably. There's an Aldi next door. We're going to go in there, do a little bit of shopping. Apparently there's a big climb today too, so we want to fill up. It's also a Sunday, so we're not sure what the deal is with shops being open. We know Aldi's open, so we're probably going to buy more food than we normally do in the hope that we don't, we actually have food. We're scared everyone will be closed, basically. So let's go eat the free breakfast. I'm really hungry.
As you can see, we had great intentions to try and make this really budget friendly. We went down for the breakfast, but there was actually a power cut and I wasn't willing to sit and eat in the dark. So we got a coffee and we kind of just sat and waited. And then, as luck would have it, the power did come back on.
Oh my god, I don't know if you can eat that.
I do that. Looks like cheese curds.
We finished breakfast. It's now 9 a.m. We're going to finish packing our bags, brush our teeth, and then we're going to Aldi to buy more food. It's Sunday, and I don't think there's going to be many places open, so we're going to have to load up our bag with enough stuff for lunch and dinner just in case.
All right, we're back from the free breakfast. It wasn't the bestest free breakfast I've ever had in my life, I'm not going to lie. There was a power cut when we first went down, so everything was dark and we couldn't have anything. Not their fault, but kind of weird. And then when the power did come back on, all I saw was bread rolls and some old cheese. So today I had a bit of cereal. I had a bread roll with some lumps of butter in it. It wasn't the best. So I think I'm going to go to Aldi and get some more food. So the plan today is literally just to do this on as small a budget as possible. The public auberges are like €10 each on average per night for the shared rooms. So we're planning on staying in one of them. Like Danielle said, this one was €40. This isn't an auberge, this is like a private chain hostel. And we splurged on the twin room because I needed a proper duvet and a proper mattress, even though it's only been 3 days, but still, that's not the point. We're gonna stay in a really cheap place tonight, basically. I don't know where we're gonna stay. Haven't planned it out, haven't booked it, but I know the name of the town and it's this, because I can't pronounce it. Anyway, yeah, we're gonna see how cheap we can do this. Let's do the Camino on a tiny budget for one day.
That doesn't sound fun.
I don't think we've actually spoken to you yet about the mattresses you get in the public auberges. They're kind of like covered in this like leather. I think it's to stop like bed bugs and like maybe so they can be wiped down so they're a bit more hygienic, like no bodily fluids can seep in or something. But yeah, they're not very comfortable to sleep on. Even the pillow itself is made of like leather. Luckily we bought our own blow up pillows, but yeah, that's why we wanted a real bed.
So despite the fact this place actually was kind of expensive compared to what we were expecting, I'm really glad we stayed here because there was a radiator in the room, so we managed to dry out our shoes. If you saw yesterday's one, you know it rained all day and our shoes were literally like dripping wet, like we could have squeezed them out. So somehow our shoes are dry now because of the radiator. And also, yeah, proper mattress, proper duvet, proper pillow. Ugh, felt wonderful. We got such a bad night's sleep last night because of the man snoring. Our one roommate snores very loud. That's what I'm going to say about that. So having a private room was like amazing and I slept so well. I needed it. So I'm actually really glad we stayed here even though it cost us €40. The world's biggest door, by the way, behind me. Tick that off the bucket list.
As luck would have it, there is literally an Aldi on the way, literally next door to the hostel we stayed in. So we popped in there. The plan is to try and keep costs as low as we can and grab some food for lunch and dinner tonight.
Must do it to tell them.
What happens now? Do I have to pay for that?
I don't know. I picked it up pretty quick. I'll eat it. Just put it in, I'll eat it.
That's alright, we'll pay for it. I feel bad. It's lucky that one of them's dirty, I don't know what. one of us gets sick tomorrow, we know why. Cost us €9.10.
€9.10, and 75 cents of that was a sausage roll that we didn't need.
This is also enough pasta and sauce for 2 days and meat, so we just need to buy salad. So.
That's true. All right, total spend in Aldi was
€9.09.
€9.09 on dinner for probably 2 nights and lunch and a snack. I'll divide it all out at the end and work out exactly how much we spent on today's food. I think that's not too bad though, €9. We probably will stop for a coffee and probably a snack at some point if there's somewhere open, but I don't know if there's going to be anywhere open. So that might be our food spends for the whole entire day, but we'll see.
How gorgeous is this walk into town? I can only imagine how beautiful it'll be in the summer when all the trees are green.
So today's a Sunday and we're just walking through the main town of Ponto de Lima, which we haven't been through yet because our hostel was like at the edge of town, and it's super busy and there's all these little markets going on. It's really, really cute because it's a Sunday, everyone's out because the weather's nice, and Danielle's shoelace keeps coming undone and she keeps saying that it's a sign that we should stop because it's so cute here, and we're on a budget so we can't, but I just want to put it out into the universe that I would if, like, I don't know, I found €100 on the ground or something. Oh, it's lovely here. Also, an old man said Bon Camino to us. I'm having a nice time.
Is this a joke? Again. That's the 4th time.
Okay, so let me fill you in. We started walking across the bridge, got out of town, had a little conversation, and basically we've decided we're having another rest day. I say another rest day, we haven't actually had one yet, just a rest day. We've already booked a rest day in Redondela, which is in like 3 days' time. Danielle's got really bad blisters. I don't really have any serious complaints, so no excuses there. But it's just a lovely little town and lovely weather, and I just think it'd be such a shame to like not stay here. I feel like in my head I would rather do this Camino and stop in the towns that I want to stop in. Like if there's somewhere really nice to stop, we should just stop, I think. Maybe I'm just being lazy. I mean, I'm definitely being lazy, but also I wouldn't stop here if it wasn't nice and the weather wasn't nice and it wasn't a Sunday and it wasn't really cute.
I'd be a fool not to. Okay, it's official, it's done. I've booked us in. It was only €22.80 to stay here anyway, which is the same price as the public auberge, so we haven't really overspent, we've just kind of extended by a day, and I'm probably going to spend a bit more in town, but that's not the point.
A well-needed rest break.
Oh, yeah.
What did we do, like 2 kilometres?
At least 2.5.
Less than 3 kilometres in for the day. Time for a break already. This is a lot of calories considering it's going to be a rest day today.
The usual theme still applies, absolutely zero regrets. Look how beautiful this town is. We're on holiday, so in my head, it's worth staying. If you're going to pass through a place, you might as well stop and enjoy it. Why rush through? I probably won't be back.
All right, our Aldi sausage roll has been eaten. It's time to go get a coffee. Usually a coffee is like €1 in these cafes, and I'm picking the nicest looking cafe I can find, and it's in this square area. I'm going to get a coffee. I reckon Danielle's probably going to end up with a bloody wine though, isn't she?
YOLO, I'm on vacay.
I'm getting a coffee. I'm going to be good. I reckon €1 for a coffee.
Obrigada. Obrigada. Did I nail it? I think I did.
As predicted, I got a coffee, Danielle got a wine.
Did you make that prediction?
Yeah, I made that prediction. Yeah, I knew.
What made you think that, eh?
Coffee's always budget friendly though, it's always like €1. I'm not sure how much the wine will cost. I actually don't know how much the coffee will cost either, but my prediction is €1. I always get it without milk. Sem leche. No, wait, it's not leche here.
Semlice.
Cheers. Oh, that's good. The only downside about beer here is it comes in 200 mils. What kind of a measly sized glass is that? I guess it keeps it cool. Also, the sun's come out. We're having a lovely time. Zero regrets. I feel like there'll be a common theme in everything we do. We never have regrets about anything we do. Always zero regrets. No point in regretting, you know? Anyway, a large glass of wine has slightly gone to my head, and I'm enjoying sitting in the sun. The sun's now come onto our little table. Okay, unfortunately we had a little bit of a technical issue here, and apparently the microphone wasn't working while I was going into real in-depths about how much everything costs, but here it is on the screen for you. Only costs $5.70 total. I still can't get my head around the fact that a beer is only 20 cents more than a coffee. Is that not absolutely mind-blowing? 2 beers, 1 coffee and 1 large red wine was only €5.70. In London it would cost you more than that just for a glass of wine. Mind-boggling. Anyway, we decided to leave there. We went for a little walk around all the cute little cobbled streets, which, may I point out, beautiful. I recommend it. It was such a cute little town. I think because the sun was out, it made it extra nice, and it was also really close to Christmas. We're in like the first week of December, so there was all like little Christmas trees everywhere, and they were putting up all the decorations. We walked past this other cute little cafe here and decided to stop. This place had like baked goods, and as you can see, I wanted one of them. My finger is telling you what I'm gonna get. We ordered it, and then we went and sat outside. Okay, so the last place I paid the bill was a bit of a kerfuffle. The total was $5.70, the espresso was €1, the wine was $2.30, and the beer was $1.20. And I got another beer. So we had 2 beers, 1 wine, 1 coffee. Total was about €5.70. And then we wandered around and we found this cute little cafe, and we've wandered in. We filmed all of this, but you know, you don't get to see any of that because there's no audio. Or maybe Brenna will put it in and you can just see me doing this. Who knows? I got this cookie here that's a heart shape that I've always wanted to try. I have no idea what it's called, but they always catch my eye and it looks delicious. It looks like it's going to like melt in my mouth like a really buttery biscuit. And then a meringue, because I just love meringue. I'm not sure if there's anything hidden under there. That'll be a surprise. And we got 2 beers, and this all came to $4.85. What a bargain. This was meant to be a budget day, right? And we were meant to be hiking, and that's how it's going to be a budget. But we're having a spenny day, and it's still budget friendly. We're not even trying to budget, and we're budgeting. Cheers.
That's a good beer. I do like real super bulk.
It's 5.2 as well, it's quite strong.
Bloody hell. That cookie. It tastes exactly like something.
This is good, I don't know what it is, but it's good. I knew there was a filling. Once we finished in there, we went for a little bit more of a walk around the town, and as you can see, it's super busy here. I don't know where we've stumbled across. It's like an actual tourist hotspot. We'd never heard of it before. And then we headed up the hill because it's nearly check-in time, and we wanted to go to the grocery store to get some stuff for dinner. There was a few things we fancied, and we were going to treat ourselves today because why not? So here we are at the supermarket. Also, I'm going to take this moment and be a little bit cheeky and ask you to like, subscribe, and comment and hype if you're liking this video. Thanks!
A Delima wine, $3.35.
That'd be rude not to.
So the grand total in the shop was €20, but we did end up buying a whole bottle of port, a bottle of red wine, and we've got the stuff for dinner tomorrow, lunch tomorrow, and breakfast for tomorrow. So tomorrow will actually be really cheap because we've done all of our shopping, thinking ahead. Then we head up to the Airbnb to check in, and things don't go to plan.
Smells good. We just came to check into our accommodation. Nobody responded to any of our messages on WhatsApp or on Booking.com. We were kind of stood here an hour after check-in, waiting for an answer. And then all of a sudden, 2 people appeared and have started cleaning it. We got a message that said we could check in when the lady finally replied on WhatsApp. We went in the room, everything was dirty. The room was dirty, the kitchen was dirty, the bathroom was dirty. And then 2 people appeared out of nowhere and have started cleaning it. So we've just decided to crack open the port and sit here and wait, just embrace it. It looked like it had been abandoned, like the bins were overflowing.
Like the apocalypse came and everyone
Yeah. When things don't go as planned, you just crack open a €5 bottle of port and drink out of a paper cup.
Our little mantra for when things don't go right is nothing shall ruin today, and luckily me and Brenna don't get stressed that easily, so we sat and we enjoyed our port, and the sun started to set and it was quite pretty.
All right, I'm going to give you a really quick tour of the place before anybody else checks in, because it's like a shared area, and I don't think anyone else is going to check in, but just in case they do. Okay, so this is €22 a night, which makes it €11 each, which is pretty much the same price as one of the public albergues, which is kind of crazy, because this is our room. Looks lovely. Then we have a bathroom. Toilet, shower, sink, and then there's this like kitchen area, which I'll show you in a minute. There's also another bathroom. Toilet, sink, mirror, shower, and then the kitchen area, which has a sink, 4 hobs, like an induction hob.
And now I'm going to take over the tour. So this is the communal area. We've got a large table, sofa, and then it's made up of 2 rooms with 6 bunks in and then 1 private room. So this could potentially house 14 people.
Okay, so I feel like that concludes the whole entire tour. All in all, I'd say, apart from the little hiccup when we checked in, €22 a night, I feel like this is a real good deal. If it was full, it would not be a good deal. I feel like it would be fine for the toilet, the shower, the kitchen, a chair at the table, the whole entire lot, but I think we've done pretty well here, considering we're on a budget.
Yeah, I think Brenna's absolutely spot on here. If we were sharing this with 14 other people, then I think it probably would be a little bit tight, but we got super lucky and no one else showed up. It was just us, so plenty of space, lots of room for me to make mess making dinner and enjoy it. We had the usual pasta, salami, sauce, vegetables, and of course the local Ponta de Lima wine. Bougie.
So I did the maths. This dinner is €1.50 each, so €3 for both of us, because we bought the bag of pasta and the onion and everything, and we split it all up. So like meals tomorrow, meals today. So per portion, €1.50, which I don't think is too bad. €3 for dinner.
Funny story about the Ponta de Lima wine. It turned out it was actually fizzy. Have you ever even heard of a fizzy red wine? Because I was convinced it had gone bad. We woke up this morning with absolutely zero regret about the accidental rest day we took yesterday. We slept fantastically and no one else actually showed up, so we had the whole place to ourselves. I made us some breakfast rolls and lunch rolls. That's why there's so many rolls. I am greedy, but it is also breakfast and lunch for 2 of us. We had a short 10-minute walk to get ourselves back on trail. What a beautiful day. We're honestly so thankful for the lovely weather we're having right now and the lack of rain, because if you've been watching the last few days, you'll know how much it's rained. Once we got over the bridge, we found a lovely little spot for breakfast and we ate some of them bread rolls to lighten our load.
Hello, good morning. I made sandwiches this morning for breakfast and lunch. They're the same, budget friendly. Bought it all at the supermarket last night. We got bread rolls, bologna, which I'm not gonna lie to you, before I tried it was like, ew, bologna, that sounds disgusting. It looks gross, it's got all these weird fatty pieces and olives in, but it's so good. And mozzarella and tomato. And this is breakfast and lunch. We've got 2 rolls now and then 2 rolls later. I've been like a little domestic queen this morning and prepared everything before we left the apartment that was, that weird place we stayed last night.
So today we're waking up in Ponta de Lima and we're walking to Rubens. My Portuguese is not fantastic, as you probably know. That's the plan anyway. We're going to head there. I think there's a public auberge that has a dorm. I don't think there's any pilgrims walking at the same pace as us now, because there was only one. And we stayed an extra day, so he's probably a day ahead of us now. So I think we're probably going to have a dorm to ourselves. Famous last words, I've said that now. A group of 10 will probably walk in. And today is a big hill. Are you ready?
Yeah, I have to be.
Yeah. I didn't realise it was a big hill today. I was looking at the distance and I was like, oh, that'll be an easy day. And then literally yesterday I was looking at the notes on the app and it was like, this is the most challenging day. There's a big hill. And I was like, oh, there's a big hill today. But I think it's only like 300 metres or something. I don't think it's going to be hard.
I guess we'll find out, won't we?
We'll find out,
It'll keep us warm, that's one thing.
Yeah. All right.
All right, see you soon.
See you later.
Shall we?
This morning was a little chilly, which is why we're wearing these horrible rain pants. The noise was driving me absolutely insane, but they do a really good job of keeping you warm. My initial thought on this section was, oh my god, how cute, but things quickly change.
Having to get the poles out. There's mud ahoy.
I feel like the camera's not doing it justice and we look like we're moaning for nothing, but this is that really horrible, like, sticky mud that just makes you go flying. Luckily, it's only 18 kilometers today, so it doesn't matter if it's slow going.
God, this is a nightmare. This is the slipperiest mud I think I've ever stood on in my life. One slip and I'm going to fall in that stream. I've got a laptop in my bag. I don't know what I'm thinking. I need to put you away. I need an extra hand for the wall. Bloody hell, this is a lot of mud. Look at that! All right, we've reached the end of this brick path and it just ends, and then there's river, and then like this dirt path. Is there anything over there? Danielle's investigating.
There was nothing over there. Honestly, I was walking back and forth the brambles for I don't know how long. We eventually did manage to find a route, but we were walking through like marsh, and luckily we had the rain pants on because there were some really sharp like thistles / thorns that kept getting us.
I don't know if it's someone that's dry and you just walk along the riverbed, but it was literally like a stone path and then it just ended, and there was like an electric fence and a stone wall on one side, and the other side was just river. So we like hopped across, and then we ended up walking through all these like bramble bushes. It was like a bog, like literally like a swamp. We were walking through like, I don't know, it just felt like we were gonna like fall into a river at some point because it was just like bramble bushes and grass and just like thick mud. And I'm just so grateful we brought the poles. I remember literally yesterday Danielle was like, oh man, I shouldn't have brought the poles. They weigh like, I don't know, 700 grams or something. I'm just carrying them around for fun. I would literally bring them just for that one section, because if we didn't have the poles, we would have had to turn around. Like, we would not have made it. It was so slippery and so boggy. My watch says we've only done 2 kilometers since the hotel and we're going for like an hour. God, that was slow going.
This bit's lovely. No cobbles. It's actually a trail. It's like a trail in winter. I feel like if you do this, we normally do everything in trail runners because we just find them more comfortable than boots and less heavy on your like legs. I feel like if I did this again in winter, I'd just bring the boots. I think they'd be more comfortable on the cobbles because they've got thicker sole. I think they'd be more comfortable when it's wet because your feet will get less wet in them. Basically, I feel like boots are the way forward on this if you do it in the winter. Oh well, hindsight. This is the awkward part in the video where I ask you to like, subscribe, ring the bell, press the hype button if you're enjoying this. Thanks. Despite Brenna's best efforts, she did not make friends with any of the sheep. But we did find this extremely friendly cat who walked along the trail with us for probably about 2 kilometers, just running ahead of us and showing us the way. She was so cute. I think apart from the mud this morning, this has actually been our favourite day so far. The walk actually felt more like a trail and felt like we were in nature, which we both really, really enjoyed. Unfortunately, still no luck with the sheep friend. Luckily, the cobbles only made a brief appearance. And if you're wondering, the trail is still extremely well signposted.
Oh yeah. All right, we're about 8.5 kilometers in. It is about midday. The sun is shining. I'm having a glorious time, and we've just stopped at this cute little cafe. We've got 2 Americanos, and Danielle's just gone back in because we also want a beer. The sun's out, and we're having a lovely time. The trail's been wonderful so far. Apart from the boggy patch, it's all been like trails and like dirt, no cobbles as such, like a little bit of cobble, but not a lot. My feet are feeling much better. My legs are feeling much better. I think the cobbles are just really, really hard when we're wearing trail runners. Like, if we had boots on, it probably wouldn't hurt so much, but basically, I'm really, really grateful that we're on trails today because it's been lovely. This coffee stop might actually be the cutest coffee stop of the whole entire trip. Honestly, this is lovely. This is absolutely lovely. There's like this really cute deck, the sun's out, there's a river. What more could you ask for? And like I said, Danielle's gone back in to order a beer, so I'm going to finish my Americano and then I'm going to have a beer. Why not? You know, we're on holiday and it's probably going to cost us like €1.50 for a beer, so it's hard to say no at them prices. Also, we haven't started the climb yet. The climb starts in a couple of kilometres, so I might not be having such a lovely time once we start the climb, but so far I'm having a lovely time. And I'm going to have an even better time when I drink this beer.
We actually ended up having 2 beers each and 2 coffees, and the grand total was only €7.60. What a bargain.
Alright, fun's over, time to walk. The man who worked there was an absolute delight, and he spoke a little bit of English, and he described the hill that we have to walk up today as a mountain, which fills me with a little bit of dread. A local described it as a mountain. He was like, 3-kilometre flat. Mountain. And I was like, mountain? And he's like, yeah, mountain. So yeah, I'm a little bit apprehensive about this hill, but it is what it is. The weather's still nice. We're still going to get there at a reasonable time. I guess we'll just take it as it comes.
Me and Brenna have been swapping bags the whole way along, and I'm currently wearing the big one here because this bag really hurts Brenna's back. And now looking at this footage, I can see why her back hurts. Look how crooked the bag is.
Still not sure which mountain we're going over. Could be any one of these.
I reckon it's that one.
That one there.
Lunchtime.
Wind's picking up. I'm scared it's gonna rain. Still haven't started the mountain. Good to know, good to know. So far so good. Haven't taken the fleece off yet because it hasn't been particularly strenuous. It's been like up and then flat and it's been a bit rocky, but there appears to be this road that we've just joined now that I think probably goes most of the way up, so I feel like you can walk on the road if you don't want to walk on the trail. Yeah, so far so good. That's my update.
We were honestly expecting this to be much harder than it was.
We've made it, we're at the top of the mountain, we're going back down again now. Weather looks all right, path looks nice. Wasn't that bad. We really thought maybe it would be a bit more difficult than that. That's the hardest climb. Done. So, don't be worrying about it, it's not that bad, it only took about half an hour. We're gonna try and get down kind of quick because the clouds are looking a little scary and a little grey. And we don't want to have to wear them stupid rain capes again, so if you were here from day 2, you'll know about those. If you weren't, you should go watch it, all right? Brenna looked ridiculous and I couldn't stop laughing. I can't remember the last time I laughed that hard. I'm actually... I'm gonna have to walk in front. Looks like a nice trail down too. I was scared it would be rocky, but it looks like a road, so should be nice. I think we've only got about 4K left of the day, then we're there. Easy bloody peasy. So now that we're at the top, I've decided we need a celebratory swig of port. I carried it all the way up the hill, I might as well. Chin chin. Oh, it smells fantastic. How much is a good amount to swig of port?
Like a mouthful.
Tastes like Ribena. I love the stuff. One more cheeky swig then.
As you can see, the rain clouds are starting to look a little menacing, so we decided to get a bit of a wiggle on.
So serious. It's not raining badly yet, but we don't want anything to get wet, so we've put the ponchos on a little prematurely. I think we're like 1.5 kilometers away, which is like, I don't know, 20 minutes of walking or something. I just hope we get there before the rain really comes down, because the sky's looking a little black in front of me. My poncho is overstimulating me, is an understatement. The wind and the poncho just don't work. The wind blows into the poncho and it like twists around and gets in front of your face. It's a whole thing. Anyway. You look like a giant blueberry.
What's the point in this? Is the bag even covered?
Yeah.
I didn't have the drawstring on, I lost it.
I'm not even under the poncho anymore. It's all wind and no rain.
This is quite bad weather. We should probably stop filming ourselves, laughing at the ponchos and actually just get there.
By some miracle, we actually did make it to the public auberge fairly dry, which was a huge win. And this accommodation only cost us €10 each. And when we checked in, we were given a disposable sheet and then told what bunk we were going to be in. And we actually found some other people.
All right, well, we made it before the rain, but this is where we're spending the night. Unfortunately, we are all crammed into an 8-bed dorm, and it smells like the worst beer I've ever smelled in my entire life. So, yeah, you won't hear much from me.
Honestly, them shoes absolutely stank. If you've got smelly feet, leave your shoes outside. We went, we had showers, and then we sat in the communal area because there was Wi-Fi. We charged our phones, and then we made some dinner. We sat on our phones for a bit down there, and then we got quite cold, so we just went up to bed quite early, to be honest. Dinner was the same as yesterday. Salami meat, tomato sauce, pasta. Very basic, but very cheap. We're trying to be budget friendly. And that is our extension lead. That's Brenna's cozy den. I guess I'll see you tomorrow for day 6. Okay, distance walked was 19.2 kilometers, which is 11.9 miles. We spent 6 hours walking and we spent €27.60, which is 32.35 USD. Don't mind me examining my blisters. It's safe to say I'm smug and excited about the fact we're actually packed at 7 a.m. There really is a first time for everything on this trip, isn't there?
It's 7:10 and we're actually like ready to go. It's forecast to rain all day again, so we are leaving early because the rain's supposed to start at midday, and we have 26 kilometers. We're going from Bloopers to 7 kilometers past Tui. The plan was to put Tui, but we found a cracking deal for a private room with a private bathroom, and we couldn't say no.
Why don't you want to stay in Tui, Brenna? What's wrong with the accommodation there?
So last night, me and Danielle were looking at the accommodation in Tui, the public auberge. It looked terrible. It was bad reviews. It has no kitchenware. It just looked terrible. And then the final nail in the coffin, Danielle showed me a picture of the showers, and it's like one of them big, it looks like a prison shower, but there's just like a wall with like these shower heads on it. And all these reviews were like, oh, I didn't want to shower like that, oh, the shower sucked. And I was like, I can't shower like that at the end of the day, and I'm going to need to shower because it's going to rain all day. Why can't they just put a curtain in?
That's what all the reviews said. Even though, even if it was dividers and everyone could see you as they walked in, but you're not just stood there. You know, if you drop your soap and you slip and your butt touches someone.
Oh, sorry.
So we've splurged again. Budget out the window.
€40 for a private room with a private bathroom.
This is our first private bathroom.
Yeah, since we got to Portugal.
The idea of that private bathroom really got us getting a wiggle on. Unfortunately, it's going to be a wet start to the day. Nothing new there, though.
So today, because it's going to rain again, I figured I'd just tell you all about the food and what we eat. We're not going to cook anything today, so there's no kitchen where we're staying, and we don't have any food with us now. So I'm going to show you what a day of eating on the Camino looks like. No cooking. So there's a cafe about 4 kilometres down the trail. It's just started raining, so we've put all of our rain gear on, and we're going to walk for 4 kilometres, then we're going to stop and have breakfast. I have no idea what they sell, I have no idea what I'm going to buy, but that's the plan.
The reason I'm fighting with the door so much is we're both so wide with our backpacks on, we don't actually fit. So that's why I'm faffing around with those. Doesn't she look happy to be walking in the rain? The trail this morning actually was really beautiful, and we went through all this like wooded area. A little bit cobbly and a little bit wet, but honestly rather nice until the heavens absolutely opened on us.
All right, it's breakfast time. We've arrived. It rained really, really bad as we arrived, and it stopped raining now, of course. It's called Cafe Castro. We've walked for like 4.5 kilometers. I'm gonna go get a pastry or toasty, I think. We have ordered these delicious looking things, these chocolate croissant things, and we also got 2 Americanos and 2 of these like savory pastry things that have got meat in them. I think they've got like meat, cheese and ham or something. We had them before and they're really good. I don't know the price yet. There is a price list behind me, but it's all in Portuguese. Usually you just pay at the end, so I'll let you know the price of everything. I think these pastries are going to be about €1.50 each, but again, I'll let you know.
While you watch Brenna tease this dog, I'm going to very nicely ask you if you're enjoying this. Please do like, subscribe and press the hype button.
It came to €9 exactly.
Listen, you might not believe me, but it's completely blue sky out there now. We got absolutely soaked, as you can see. Blue sky. Weather is not playing ball today. It is still cold though.
I think that's Spain. I think we've officially walked to Spain nearly. Probably about another 10k. Overall, I'd have to say all of our food costs on this whole trip were actually much lower than we were expecting, both in the grocery store, in the cafes, for coffee, for beer, for lunch, all of it way cheaper than expected, so that's a bonus.
Okay, we're at the second cafe stop of the day. This one is called Atoka, and we have walked a total of 14 kilometers so far. It's sunny, it's lovely, and instead of a coffee, we've gone for a beer. And Danielle just went and paid, so I'll let her talk to you about how much it cost.
Okay, so I just went in. The lady was absolutely lovely. I used my finest Portuguese yet again. Dois Superboc, por favor. Cost us €3. Bargain. I actually can't get over how nice the weather is today. All morning we were scared of the rain and we left early because of the rain and we had our ponchos on. There was a downpour and now I'm not going to lie to you, I think I need to get the sun cream out because the weather's so glorious. I'm not complaining about it. As I just said, these beers were €1.50 each. We do head into Spain in a few kilometres and I'm intrigued to see if the prices rapidly ramp up or if they're going to stay about the same. I'm going to be sad if the beer price goes up because I'm quite enjoying my afternoon Superboc. Oh my god, we won't be able to get Superboc anymore. That's a Portuguese beer. I wonder what we'll have. San Miguel, perhaps? I wonder
Estrella?
Ooh, I like Estrella.
I actually love that in Portugal, people just ride their tractor to the bar and have a drink. Like, I just watched a guy drive in, skid his tractor to a stop, jump off, go in there, have a drink, and just jump back on his tractor and drive away. So we have a 40-minute walk to a town called Valença, and that is on the border. I believe that's still in Portugal, and we're going to go to a little supermarket and we're going to buy some snacks for tonight because we don't have a kitchen tonight, so we're just going to... Apparently there's a cafe where we're staying. I'm not sure what they sell, maybe soup and sandwiches probably. So we're just going to buy some snacks and stuff so that if we can't eat anything, we do have some food, but we don't want to like carry too much. So we're going to buy some snacks, probably a bottle of wine, and that is a 40-minute walk from here. Yeah, I guess I'll catch up with you in 40 minutes.
I'm not sure if we were lucky that the sun was out for our beer or unlucky that the rain found us for the rest of our walk, but we enjoyed the sun while it lasted.
Okay, there's a rainbow right ahead. I think it's fair to say that we're definitely walking into the rain, which I'm very upset about because I don't want to put my rain poncho back on. My feet have only just dried. Hello, dog. Okay, I'm sorry.
The rain clouds looked absolutely terrifying, but actually we ended up staying dry for longer than we thought we would, so we were happy.
there's a reason I do the driving and pushing of the trolley.
I feel like this is going to be perfect timing because I feel like we've actually just somehow avoided the rain. I don't know what we're going to do when we go back out because I don't think the rain's going to pass. It looks like it's going to be here all night. So I guess we'll deal with that in a minute. Also, we've come to Lidl because Lidl's really cheap. We're still on the Portuguese side and I think it's going to be a little bit cheaper here than it is in Spain. I have no idea.
We saw the pastel de natas in the bakery section and we had to get one more for the road.
The plan is just to buy some snacky stuff we can eat in our room because this place doesn't have a kitchen, and I feel like we're splurging, so we want like little fancy little feast, like some olives and some like nibbly bits. We're gonna get dinner when we get there, but you know, like late evening snack. And I just spotted the olives.
Basically what I'm trying to say is girl dinner.
$1.89.
Oh, I didn't even look at the tag. This is the one.
You just said, oh, that looks nice.
Yeah. It didn't even cross my mind to look at the price.
No?
It could have been €50 and I'd have bought it anyway.
$1.90.
In case it wasn't clear, that was a big fat lie and I definitely looked at the price and that's the only reason I picked it up. How could you not buy it for $1.89?
So, let's talk finances. Our Lidl shop just cost us €9.39.
€9 well spent, I'd say. That looks like a great shop. And we got a bottle of wine. We're not sure what the plan now is. Update on us walking. Turns out Uber's not a thing in Spain, but Uber is a thing here. So if we did want to get a taxi because of the rain, we would have to get it here in Valencia before we cross over into Tui because they won't pick us up from Tui. I don't know why exactly, but just something to bear in mind if we do get absolutely soaking wet. It isn't raining right now, but we're literally surrounded by black clouds, so we're just going to carry on walking and just see, I guess.
We look so sad. It's safe to say the number of days of rain we've had in a row is starting to take its toll on us. The rain really started to get heavy as we got into the old town, so the plan was to stop for a coffee, or realistically probably a beer knowing us, and kind of wait for the heavy rain to stop.
Bon Camino.
Nice clams.
Thank you.
Unfortunately, we couldn't find anywhere, so we just carried on walking and eventually found like a shelter to stand under and tried to book an Uber. We waited a while, but no one wanted to get us, so we had to abort that and just carry on walking to Spain in the rain. I'm not sure if you can hear it, but we're actually singing extremely loudly as we walk over this bridge, and spirits are high again. Once we crossed over the bridge, we arrived into Spain and we were both super happy to be here. It's quite an accomplishment walking into another country. Then we walked past an Irish bar and thought we'd better go in there and get dry because I'm not going to lie to you, our waterproof coats, they were not being waterproof. All the rain had got in and we were freezing cold.
Okay, things took a turn. We walked into Spain. We arrived in Spain. The heavens opened, and we realised we couldn't walk no more. So we found refuge in an Irish bar, where they don't speak any English. We thought maybe we could book a taxi from here. No, the man speaks no English. Not the point, we figured that out. We stopped in, we had 2 beers, and we got complimentary crisps, which we've eaten. I'll let you know how much they are when I pay, because I don't know yet. I just used my best Spanish. We're not at Dos anymore, we're at Dos. Things have changed slightly since lunchtime. And this is the beer we got. I think it's going to be a lot more expensive than earlier, but again, I'll let you know when the bill comes in.
Yeah, the man came over and we were like wet and cold and we were like, dos cerveza, por favor. And he just brought over these. So we have Estrella Galicia. That's where we are, no? Galicia. That's the name of this area.
That's the region in Spain, yeah.
Oh, it's a local beer. Yeah, again, no idea what the cost is because there's no price list on menu. And he just brought them over. But we did get a free bowl of crisps, which we've eaten.
Know they're free yet.
What, the crisps?
Yeah.
Oh my god, we don't know if they're free. He might charge us for the crisps. Well, I've eaten every single one, so if he does charge me, at least I got my money's worth.
At this point, we decided to start Googling some taxi numbers. We found a few phone numbers on the internet. I'm not going to recommend this to other people. We sent some WhatsApp messages, and a man agreed to come and get us in an hour's time for €15. So we sat and had another drink and waited for his arrival.
Brenna doesn't know how much this cost. It's a big surprise.
What was your guess?
€10.
My guess was €8. It was less than my guess.
No.
Yep. $7.90. I don't know how much each individual item was, but I think my theory was correct. €2 each for the beer, €3 for the wine, €1 for the coffee.
Yeah, my coffee was good. It wasn't quite as good as a Portuguese coffee, but that might just be a fluke. Maybe I'm just being a bit snobby now. I'm like, not quite as good. It was still really good. It also came with 2 free Speckaloos biscuits and a Werther's Original, which I just ate and is now stuck in my teeth. Also, the snacks were free. The 2 bowls of crisps were free, not charged. 1 glass of wine, 1 Americano, 2 bowls of crisps, 2 beers, 2 Speckaloos biscuits, and 1 Werther's Original for $7.90. What a bloody bargain.
The mystery man on the internet who was a taxi man did actually show up, which we were very, very grateful for. It is actually a licensed taxi. You probably just saw his little sign, so it wasn't all shady. I also forgot to mention that when we crossed from Portugal into Spain, we actually lost like an hour time-wise because of the time difference, so that's why it's even darker. And we ended up skipping 6K off the trail. No regrets.
Okay, we've arrived at perhaps the best accommodation I've ever stayed at in my whole entire life. It's warm in here, there's a private bathroom, there's fresh, clean towels, there's a real duvet, a real bed. I can't wait. I can't wait to sleep in this bed. I can't wait to just be in this room. First of all, we need to eat though. When we checked in, the lady was like, there's no real restaurant here, but I can do lentil soup and toast. And we were like, fantastic. We'll be back down in 10 minutes and we'll get some lentil soup and some toast. So I'm not going to lie, it's kind of quiet in there. I don't want to just like get awkward and start talking on the camera. So I'll talk to you about it afterwards. I'll show you some B-roll clips of the delicious lentil soup and toast that I'm probably going to eat. And I'll talk to you about the price and whatnot afterwards.
We honestly can't recommend this place highly enough. This isn't sponsored or anything. We found it all on our own and paid for everything, but honestly, it was so nice. The lady was super friendly. The building was really cool. The food was delicious. All around, it was honestly a perfect stay, and I'd have paid double what we paid for it. I think she's saying, this is yummy. When we ordered the toast, I was expecting like the ham and cheese toast, which we've been having in Portugal. No, this was an elevated version. It was 1 large piece of sourdough toast with this like tomato reduction smeared on it with a slice of fancy looking cheese and some what I can describe as speck.
Yeah, I was the same. I thought we were going to get a toasty. It turns out it was like an open sandwich thing, but it was huge, so we shared one, and that was $3.50. And then the soup was $4.50 a bowl, but it tasted like a beef and tomato soup with lentils in it, but the lentils were like cooked perfectly and it was seasoned really well, and we each had 2 pieces of sausage in there.
It was really good.
It was so good.
It was a little bit expensive, but it was worth it for the quality of the food.
Yeah, it came to $12.50 for 2 soups and 1 toast. But you know, sometimes you get food and then you're like, it was okay, and you're like a little disappointed. No, this was
expectations surpassed.
The fact that she was like, I don't do dinner here, we're not a restaurant, but I can do you some light snacks, and then just whops out the best soup I've had in like the last 2 years.
Honestly, really good. Once we finished banging on about the food, we both had showers, which was also great. After being that wet, we felt so snuggly, and then we laid in bed and ate all the snacks we bought and drank our bottle of wine. And finally, the facts and figures for today. We walked 19.7 kilometres, which is 12.2 miles. We walked for 5.5 hours, and we spent €99.49, which is 116 USD and 62 cents, which I don't think is too bad considering the accommodation was £40 and we ate all of our meals out and we got a bottle of wine and went to the supermarket. Bargain.
Good morning from Tui in Spain.
Good morning, it's day 7.
Woo!
Welcome to our first full day in Spain. Isn't that exciting? We both woke up after an absolutely wonderful night's sleep here. This place only cost us €40 a night, which is an absolute bargain. Super clean, super comfortable, and it smells fantastic. And there's even one of them like AC units that's also heating, so the temperature was just perfect all night. Set it to 22 and it was amazing. We had the best rest. Also, because we're in Spain now, the clocks have changed, so it doesn't get light until 8:30, so it's now 8:45. It's barely light. We're going to go downstairs and have breakfast. Then we're going to hit the trail.
This place also comes with a private bathroom. This is the first place we stayed with a private bathroom in all of our trip.
Been here.
Yeah. All of Portugal with shared bathrooms. So for €40, not too bad. Not too bad at all. And it's clean, it's lovely.
That's
not
really
sponsored, paid for it ourselves. It was lovely.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah. The plan for today is walk from, we're 7 kilometres north of Tui. We're going to walk to Redondela. Probably saying that wrong. Redondela. We're going to walk 25k. It's our first full day in Spain. We're going to see how much everything costs in Spain compared to Portugal.
I also think Spain's going to be more expensive than Portugal. I don't know why I think that. I've got no evidence. It's just a little gut feeling. Let's find out.
We arrived last night, we walked into Spain, but then we just got a taxi here because it was raining so bad. So our taxi cost us 15 euros. In comparison, we've only got one taxi in Portugal and that was 20 euros, but it went further. So I feel like, well, that's not a fair comparison. So basically, today is our first full day in Spain. We're going to actually find out if it's more expensive. And you're going to come along with us and see how much we spend.
Let's go. Let's hope we stay dry today. It's not looking good. It's not looking good.
Oh, God. So we're back in the same place we were in yesterday. This place is attached to where we're staying. It's like a cafe. It doesn't do proper meals. It just does like snacks, I guess, and coffee and whatnot and drinks. We've ordered 2 Americanos. That's our go-to coffee order in this part of the world. I'm going to try coffee with milk today, though. I feel that's a big thing. Cafe con leche. I see it everywhere. I'm going to try that later today. But for now, Americano. Don't know how much this costs. We've also ordered 2 toasts. Yesterday we got toast with our soup. We shared one and it was $3.50. I assume I've ordered the same thing. He said it could come with jam or cheese and ham. I got cheese and ham, Daniel got the same. So I think that's going to be $3.50. This is probably going to be about €1. That's just a guess. I don't know how much it's going to cost in Portugal. This will be about €1. So that's a good comparison there. We'll see how much this costs. When the bill comes, I will tell you. I know it gives an itemized receipt here, so I'll be able to break it down. It's kind of strange here because you don't get a menu. You just kind of like tell the man what you want.
We both woke up kind of feeling a little bit delulu and we're hoping that the weather would be nice today. It's actually drizzling. The forecast just said cloud. In my head it was going to be cloud with maybe some blue sky. No, it's actually raining. Walking in the rain's kind of miserable. It's not like proper rain though. Yesterday was like we got drenched. This is more of a drizzle, so let's just hope it stays this drizzle.
Demolished it. It was absolutely delicious.
Little cheeky insight for you. My job is people and Brenna's job is filming, so that's why I'm always paying. It is joint money.
Only 111 kilometers left to Santiago. How exciting. Okay, so the totals for our breakfast were $1.40 each for the Americanos, $3.30 each for the toasts, and $9.60 total, which I don't think is terrible. Definitely a little bit more expensive than Portugal. I feel like it may be because that place was quite nice. It may be because we're in Spain. I'm not sure yet. Too early to tell. I feel like in Portugal, an Americano would have been like between 80 cents and €1 maximum. And a toasty, like a toasted ham and cheese sandwich thing, would have probably been between €2 and maybe 3 in a really expensive place. I say really expensive, I don't mean really expensive, I mean like maximum €3. So I feel like that was slightly on the upper end. But like I said, that place was really nice. Yeah, I feel like comparatively that's a tiny bit more expensive, but it might be because that place was really nice. I feel like it's too early to tell at the moment. But, you know, throughout the day we'll find out. Is Spain more expensive than Portugal? So far, a little tiny bit. But we are still on the border. So, yeah. And also, like I said, that toast was so good. I'd have rather paid $3.30 for that toast than had like a really bad ham and cheese toasty for €2, you know?
This part of the trail was so beautiful. We went through like this old wooded area and it wasn't raining that heavy, so we were really enjoying it. The trail did get kind of boggy a bit further along, but we were just enjoying being on a trail. Look how pretty this is.
We just reached a fork in the road and we looked at our map, and apparently the way left goes through a nature reserve, and we literally just walked past the river and along this dirt track, and it was so like boggy and muddy, and we went so slow that we've decided to go right along the road. It looks like it goes through like an industrial area. It looks kind of not as scenic, but I just can't be walking through a bog again. We've walked through so many flooded sections on this bit, and it's literally rained for the last like 3 days. It rained all night last night, the whole day before, the whole night before. it's just not worth the risk, so we're going to walk on the road.
We want to try and keep our feet dry for as long as possible today, and so far they're currently dry, so we're taking the dry route. They're probably going to get wet a bit later with the rain, so we'll have dry feet for now. I can't be having wet feet at 10 a.m. No.
This bit honestly felt like the road that would never end. It was horrible. If it's not wet, I definitely recommend taking the other route. This was just not fun at all. It was just concrete on one long straight road that felt like we were never going to get to the end of it. We did eventually make it to the end of the road, and then it was a short walk into this lovely little town that was playing Christmas music through speakers. It was really cute. It's probably like the 5th of December, and we found a spot for lunch.
Okay, so we stopped at a cafe called Cafe Secretos. I believe that's something to do with secrets, because it says Shush es un secreto. Established 2025. It's 2025 now. It's brand new. I finally went for Cafe con leche. I feel really bad. The man came over and we were like, he said something to us and I didn't understand. So I was like, English? And then he had to get another lady and she just came over and said, cafe? And we were like, cafe with milk? Could have said that in Spanish. I felt kind of bad. Anyway, we've also ordered some toast. He came over to translate. He does toast. And I think we've got ham and tomato, serrano ham and tomato with olive oil. Basically what we have for breakfast minus the cheese, add tomato. Also came with a free piece of cake. No idea on the cost because, again, there's no price list on menu. So, you know, we'll talk about that afterwards. But I was hungry. I needed a snack. I now have cake and toast. And I'm going to finally try this coffee. Should I try it right now?
Yeah.
All right, let's try it right now. It smells good.
I don't like milk.
Yeah, it's very milky. Very milky. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't really like milk.
I can trade you if you want.
But it's nice. If you like milk, it's very nice. I don't really like milk. It's nice. Maybe I have some sugar. Maybe that'll make it my taste. And the problem is I usually just have black with sugar. I'm not a huge fan of milk. I don't know why I've done that, but I've tried it now. You know, take it off the list. I've tried it.
If you're enjoying this video so far, we'd really appreciate it if you subscribed, liked, or commented. Thanks.
My coffee's very nice, and I'm excited to eat this. I think it's quite funny that we've somehow ended up ordering the same thing for 3 meals in a row. This was dinner, breakfast, and now lunch again. How much do you think it was?
Well, I think the toast was probably $3.50, and I think the coffees were probably $1.50. So I think 10, around 10.
$11.70.
I think that's pretty good going for 2 lunches, 2 coffees, and 2 bits of cake. I'm going to say it was a bargain.
Before we leave this town of Perino, I think I probably will stop in the supermarket. There's a Lidl here that the trail goes right past, and Lidl's kind of cheap. We went to one in Portugal yesterday and it was really cheap, so we can compare the prices there. I just want some like snacky bits for dinner and stuff tonight. There's no cheap supermarkets in Redondela, which is where we're going, so let's go to Lidl before we leave here. All right, I'm going out in the rain. I gotta say goodbye to you. Ugh. Apparently donuts are called floopies in Spain, and I love it. Wine from Lidl is definitely cheaper here. The cheapest one in the last one was $1.80. Here, $1.39, 99 cents, 90 cents, $1.75. All right, Lidl shop complete. I'd say it was a little bit more expensive than Portugal, but not really. I feel like if you're going to do grocery shopping on this, if you're on a tight budget, it's probably not going to make that much of a difference being in Spain. Definitely in the cafes and stuff, it's more expensive, but supermarkets, not really. It's not really noticeable. Less than 100. Woo!
That was him.
Oh yeah, I saw him flying. I stopped because I had a bug in my eye. I was like, oh no, a bug in my eye. We stopped and a van stopped behind us and went, Bon Camino, and then passed us a loaf of bread. It looks good. Whoa, that looks so good.
Got salami in our bag too.
He was literally a bakery man. I got his van as he drove away. He literally was like the bakery guy.
That was our first bit of trail magic, and we were super excited about it. Luckily, that bug flew into Brenna's eye, eh? If you've been watching this whole series, you'll know that it's kind of suspicious that me and Brenna haven't had a beer yet, so we found a place to stop and go and get one. It'd be rude not to, right? We're on holiday. We got 2 bottles of beer, which of course came with a free snack, which happened to be cheese balls this time, which were really tasty. Cheers! Unfortunately, while we were enjoying the beer, the rain found us again, so we decided to order another beer in the hope that we'd be able to weigh it out. Clever, right? And this time we got free olives. Fancy.
You always get a free snack with your beer. I love it. It's like Italy, but in Italy they'll give you like a whole charcuterie board. Here they just give you a snack. But every time it's different. First time it's cheese balls, second time it's olives.
If you were wondering, the beer is definitely cheaper in Portugal, so far anyway. It was only costing us about €1.20 to €1.50 there.
11 euros for 4 beers. Now that's definitely more expensive than Portugal. But €2.70 for one round and €2.60 for the other round. Or €2.80. I don't know. One round was 10 cents cheaper each, but it was the same thing. It was raining while we were in there. It's now no longer raining. So I feel like that's a plus. But it was 11 euros, which is the same price as our breakfast this morning. More than our breakfast this morning. By like €2.
Unfortunately, no friendly cats today, but we did find this friendly dog that we were too scared to stroke in case he bit us, but he seemed quite nice. By some miracle, we didn't actually get rained on in this section. Woo! We were kind of like walking through the clouds, so we were kind of getting damp, but we weren't actually getting rained on, so it was wet but not raining. Do you know what I mean? I think you know what I mean. The lack of rain was slightly short-lived and it finally found us. We had a long steep downhill and then we found a bus stop to hide under and have a little swig of port to try and get us through the last few kilometres.
On Camino.
It looks like the port actually worked. Morale's seeming higher. We made it into Redondela after dark. The day honestly felt like it was going on forever. We checked into our Airbnb because we're going to be here for 2 nights. This is actually a planned rest day that we planned before the trip. We dropped off our bags and then we headed back out to the supermarket to grab some much needed alcohol and some snacks for later.
Yeah, this one here. That one looks really nice.
Alright. Let me put
Yeah.
these back here.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, they got that one up there, look.
Or maybe one of each.
They got that one.
Oh, that one looks quite nice. That one looks really nice. This one here looks really nice. Hello and welcome to our accommodation for this evening. This cost us €45 for one night. We're staying for 2, but for just tonight it costs €45 for both of us. It's a bit small, it's very clean. Lots of little homely touches. The room is very small though. It's like a bunk bed, but like a double bed at the bottom and then like a single bed on top. Overall kind of expensive for what it is. I feel like we got very, very similar in Portugal for about €22, which is really, really cheap. It's like half the price. It's like a shared bathroom and a shared kitchen, so everything's shared except the room, obviously. We just had to run to the grocery store. We just dropped our bags off. We checked in, and then we ran off to the grocery store in the rain. So we got a load of groceries. We spent €10. I'll give the little receipt breakdown for that. Yeah, I'm really tired. I'm really wet. We're gonna make some dinner. We're gonna shower. We're gonna go to bed. So yeah, I will see you tomorrow.
I was jealous that Bretta said goodbye and I didn't, so bye. Today was pretty tough. I got a new blister. We're excited to eat. We're absolutely exhausted. Luckily no one else is staying here, so it's just us, which is really nice. We're here for 2 nights. Hopefully no one else comes tomorrow either. That'd be great. Washing machine, cooker. We're going to make some tasty ravioli that we bought earlier in Lidl and just chill out, to be honest with you. We are both absolutely pooped and our legs are killing us. So see you in the next one. See you tomorrow. Bye. Don't forget to like, subscribe to all the bits and bobs. We told you a small lie. You won't see us tomorrow. We're going to enjoy our rest day. We'll see you when we're back on the trail.
If you were wondering, the €1.35 wine, pretty good. I've had worse.
Okay, time for the facts and figures. We walked from Tui to Redondela. We walked 26.7 kilometres, which is 16.6 miles. We walked for a total of 7 hours and 25 minutes, and we spent €87.77, which is 103 USD.
Just where it was needed.
Damn.
Cleaning black as night. Cloistered injustice.
Are you excited for your day?
No, it's raining.
Okay, we're just putting on all of our horrible rain gear. We're about to go outside. It's now 11 o'clock. We were kind of waiting around hoping the rain would get nicer, / better, / less. It didn't. So we have to go out there now. It's 11 o'clock. We've got about 4 hours today. It's about 19k. We're going to Pontevedra and we are staying in an auberge. So it's probably not going to be that nice. There's also a lot more people. When we had our rest day yesterday, we saw a lot more hikers wandering around. So that might be quite interesting to see what it's like with people in, as opposed to desolate and just us. But yeah, that's the plan. Go out there and go for a walk. We made breakfast, we made some lunch, we got sandwiches. Yeah, let's go do this. To be honest, neither of us are really feeling it today. The weather's not very good and this apartment we've been staying in is absolutely freezing, so we're already cold before we leave. Boo.
I acquired these in the supermarket last night. Keep my feet dry. So that's the plan anyway. Don't know if it's gonna work.
We're genuinely dreading the rain that much. Brenna's got big bags on her feet.
They're really thin. I think they're gonna rip immediately, but it'll keep me drier than no bag.
That's true.
We'll see. Look at that.
It'll be fine once she fits in it. I also put them bags on my feet, but my feet are considerably smaller than Brenna's, so they fit much nicer.
Let's go get wet.
A significant life, just what it was needed.
The rain had definitely improved compared to this morning, but it was still raining.
Hello, Poncho, my old friend.
And in the eyes of time, nobody's losing.
When the weather's really miserable and gross, I entertain myself by just laughing at what Brenna looks like. I'm pretty aware that I look exactly the same, but I can't see myself and I can't see her. And her head's falling off and her poncho's twisted, and I can't stop laughing about it. Look at her.
Danielle's laughing at the fact that you can see my bags, but I mean, look at the rest of me. I mean, I'm not an all-time low.
We are really trying our best to get as many stamps as we can to try and fill up these booklets, because I think they're going to make such a cool souvenir. This is miserable. Brenna's having a bad day. I'm trying to find the positives, but there aren't that many.
I'm having a terrible day. We've done 2 kilometers exactly. I want to quit. There's no Uber. It's really hot inside this poncho.
So can you hike the Camino de Santiago in winter, Brenna? You can if you like the rain. It's safe to say Brenna's morale was the lowest it's been the whole trip. I was trying my best to keep her spirits high, but I was struggling myself.
Finally seen the ocean. The clouds actually cleared for like 5 minutes and we've finally seen the ocean.
We are really trying our best to be mindful and present here, but it is tough.
It's taken us like 2 hours to go like 6 kilometers. It's been really steep up and like rocky and wet and just kind of miserable. Got these giant ass ponchos on again because it's literally just been raining. Don't know, I feel like today's just been one of them days that's like really, really mentally tough. Like, we had a rest day yesterday, so my feet didn't really hurt so much, my legs stopped hurting, nothing really hurts or aches that bad, but mentally I just can't get into it. I think it's not helping that it's forecast to rain all day today, all day tomorrow, all day the next day, and then like half of the next day. So literally when we finish our walk in like 4 days time, the sun comes out. So I think I'm just feeling kind of bummed out about that, like knowing that we're just going to walk in the rain for the next 3 days. But yeah, just thought I'd fill you in. Today's been a real tough day. I really, really wanted to just quit. I thought, why are we doing this? I want to quit. We've booked our flight out now, so we kind of have to do this. And we're also only like 80 something kilometers away from the end, so I guess we kind of have to do this. We've walked this far. But yeah, just thought I'd fill you in.
Walking in the rain is just miserable. Wet feet, slippery rocks. It just takes so much longer. The going is so much slower, and it just kind of takes the shine off it. Don't get me wrong, we knew it was probably going to rain, which is why we have all this crap that we're wearing. But it is just disheartening when it's just pouring down, because you literally can't see anything, you can't enjoy it, and it's really hard to keep morale up when you're soggy. We do have them plastic bags on our feet though, which gave me a good laugh this morning. And I think they're working. So they look ridiculous, but my toes are definitely dry.
I can confirm that the sock is absolutely sopping wet, and there is also a hole, but I think the water's coming in from behind by the heel, so I don't recommend the bag. It doesn't really work.
I'm hoping we go through a town soon and we'll probably stop for a coffee, try and warm up a bit. My hands are a bit cold where they're wet, but that's another thing that's annoying about today. The air temperature is actually quite warm, so I'm really sweaty, but I have to wear all this rain gear. So all round, kind of annoying. The last few days it's actually been cold, so you didn't mind wearing like the jumper and the raincoat and everything, because you just felt cozy under it all. But today, don't feel cozy, just feel gross. Let it be over. Let it bloody be over.
Okay, I think that's quite enough moaning for one clip. Sorry about that.
Oh, black cat.
Why do you reckon we go 3 kilometres an hour? Is it perhaps because every time we see a cat we must stop?
That's the first cat I've seen all day. It's raining, let me live the little joys of life.
Oh, well, I need to put my hood up.
If you haven't done your good deed for the day, you could do it right now and like, subscribe, hype, comment. You'd make my day. Thanks.
Let's do the bag reveal and see if any water got in. Oh, there's a hole. There's a giant bloody hole. Pretty dry though. No, not dry at all. We've come into a cafe, we've ordered our classic, our favourite, 2 black Americanos. It obviously comes with a free piece of cake because it's Spain and they love to give you free stuff.
It turns out we can get a train from here to where we're going. It's only one stop, it takes 7 minutes. Or it's a 3-hour walk. 7 minutes, 3 hours. The temptation is real. I'm very aware I want to hike though, or walk, a pilgrimage, whatever you want to call this. So I should probably just put my hiking coat back on and get back out there on the trail, shouldn't I?
Oh, the temptation is real.
If you're wondering, them coffees were super cheap. It only cost €3, 2 free bits of cake and 2 coffees.
It's raining again. It's raining bad. The rain has returned with a vengeance. I'm not gonna lie, the train is looking really appealing right now. I don't really even want to go out in that, let alone walk in it for 2.5 hours. Just having a really off day, you know? Alright, well, the rain has finalised our decision. We're gonna get the train. We're gonna walk to the train station now. Apparently it goes in an hour. So we're going to go and get a ticket or something and then work out from there. And I don't know, I feel bad skipping, but... Alright, we just started walking and the rain just got really heavy. It's really windy. I don't have any regret anymore. Get me on that train. Oh bloody hell. It's really getting me. Right, I need to put you away because I'm going to break the microphone.
Once we got to the train station, we found the ticket machine, which didn't appear to be working, and we did start to panic. But I looked online and you can buy tickets online, so that's what we did.
I did have regret about the idea of getting the train, and then we stepped outside the cafe, turned the corner, and the wind with the rain just whipped me, and I thought, no, I don't regret it anymore.
I'm the same as Brenner, I have zero regret. We got literally drenched. I don't think you can see, but like my coat's changed colour, we're so wet. Buying the train ticket was a bit of a kerfuffle, but it's done now, so I'm glad we got here early. I bet no one even checks it. This is the kind of train station where there's no barriers. You just wander in, get on, and then wander off, and it's literally one stop. But I mean, we bought them. They're only $2.20 each as well, which was quite a bargain, I'd say. The rain's starting to get heavy again now, so I'm just we're sheltered by a wall. Yes, absolutely freezing. I think one of my biggest regrets from doing this is not wearing hiking boots. I think if I had hiking boots, my feet would be warm and I wouldn't mind so much walking in the rain. I think my wet feet is what's really putting me off walking in the rain. Lesson learned, I guess. Wear hiking boots if you do this in the winter. You'll need them.
The train pulled in perfectly on time and we were so happy to be getting on that train and not having to walk in the rain. We ended up skipping 12 kilometres of like trail miles, if you will, which we did feel a little bit guilty for, but honestly the weather conditions were not playing ball.
Are you regretting your decision to get the train yet?
No, of course not. I never regret anything, especially when I didn't have to walk. We have a very brief walk through a car park to get to where we're staying. It turns out the albergue, aubergine, whatever the hell you want to call it, is literally at the end of the car park from the train station. So not far to walk. Hopefully it's not too busy. For the most part, it's been mostly men on this trail. So we're hoping that that theme continues because then we kind of get the bathroom to ourselves. Yeah. So we'll see. I'll let you know in a couple minutes because we're literally about to walk in now.
As we're now less than 100 kilometres from Santiago, there's many more people on the trail. For it to be considered an official pilgrimage, you need to walk at least 100 kilometres, so there's now a lot more people doing this journey. We checked in, we got our beds, it was €10 each. Brenna did read a lot of reviews about bed bugs, so we were worried. We did an extremely thorough search and we didn't see anything. We kept our bags away from the bed and then we decided it's looking okay, so we put our sheets on and decided to set up for the night.
Okay, we just checked into the auberge. There's like 10 other people staying there and we're all in a dorm room. I did the bed bug search, didn't see anything. There was something that looked odd on my mattress, but I think they're like old mattresses they've covered in a cover. Didn't see any signs, so we've risked it. We're gonna walk to the supermarket now. We're literally like a 1 minute walk away, I can see it already. And cook some food. The kitchen did not look amazing. There is kitchenware though. We read a lot of reviews that apparently in Galicia in Spain, the public auberges don't have kitchenware, which is kind of crazy because they have the kitchen, they just refuse to buy like pots and pans and stuff. But this one actually has the pots and pans and the forks and whatever. So I think because the kitchen's a bit crap, we're just gonna buy some soup or like a microwave meal or something because we still got sandwiches in our bag because we didn't eat them because we didn't walk that far. So we've got sandwiches that we made for lunch and we didn't eat, so we'll eat them and then something else.
From what we read online, they took the pots and pans away during COVID. Not sure if that's actually true or not, but we just got cold bits. Brenna did get some soup and we got some beers, of course. We headed back, we dropped off our groceries and then we both got showers and then we made dinner. Ready to sit and relax and warm up. We elevated our sandwiches slightly by adding some pesto inside them and we also got some like bean salad, which was quite nice. Brenna made herself a cozy den. See you tomorrow. Okay, time for the facts and figures. Today we walked 8 kilometres, which is 5 miles. We spent 2.5 hours walking and we spent €38.77, which is 45 USD and 55 cents.
Good morning from day 9. We are in the public auberge in Pontevedra. It is currently like 7:45. Oh no, it's 8 now. 8 a.m. We're the only ones here. Everyone's already left. It's still dark. It's still dark for an hour. It is raining heavy. We slept in I want to say like a 40-bed dorm last night, and it was the quietest place I've ever slept in my whole entire life. And it was really, really warm, which is quite a novelty at this point because all the other ones have been really, really cold. So I'm in a better mood than I was yesterday. I'm having a terrible day. I think today's going to be amazing. We're going to walk from Pontevedra to Caldas de Reis, and it's about 23 or 24 kilometres in total. And it's raining all day, but it's okay. It's okay. It's going to be okay.
You know how you know Brenna slept better? Look at her hair.
What's the bag? Nice bags.
Let's film Brenna putting a poncho on, that'll be fun.
Will she do a good job?
You think I'd be a professional by now?
You well and truly are not. Turn around.
No. The reality of the poncho is that it actually takes 2 people. I don't know. If you were doing this on your own, I don't know how you get the poncho on. You just have to go poncholess, I guess. You get soaking wet.
one thing about me, I'm not going to skip a photo opportunity, even if it is in the rain and it's kind of dark. Look at this memory.
It's still raining.
It's hard to put into words how gross it feels taking off a wet poncho.
So it turns out nowhere in this town opens until 9 a.m. on a Saturday, so we found the only place that's open. It's called Dolce de Leche, only sells sweet stuff. It's 10 to 9 and we've only walked 1.3 kilometers, but I don't want to leave town without eating, so we're both going to get a coffee and a pan de chocolate. Danielle's going to have to order now. I'll let you know how much it costs in a minute, but I didn't really want something sweet for breakfast, but I thought we didn't really have a choice.
I went up and ordered. We got 2 pan de chocolats, 2 Americanos. And it cost €6.90. And they always give you free cake, even though you buy cake. So now we have an additional 5 pieces of cake on our 2 pan de chocolats. So we're going to eat this pretty quick and get on the road because it's classic us and it's already 9 a.m. and we've gone 2 kilometers, but we needed a breakfast. So we're hoping we eat this and we're just going to 10K after this. And then there's another little town, we'll stop for a coffee, boom, another 10K done. Sound good? In the rain?
Okay, so I'm going to really quickly talk to you while I drink my coffee or something because I need to multitask. Let me try this cake. Not bad. So one of the things that I've learned about the Camino that is like the opposite of difficult is the fact that there is literally places to stop everywhere. Like every half a day you go for a big town, and even when you're not in a big town, you just go through these little trails and there'll just be like a cafe there. So you never need to carry food. A lot of the trails we've done in the past, you need to carry food. Here you don't. And I feel like that makes it super, super easy in terms of food. Difficult in other ways, but in terms of food, so easy. And there's supermarkets everywhere too. Like when you get to town, there's supermarkets. So you can buy groceries or you can go out for dinner. I feel like that's really unique to this trail. This is like something that we've never had before. We've done trails and you're like in the middle of the mountains and you're camping in the middle of nowhere. So that's really cool.
We love that we get to walk through so many old towns on this Camino.
What an absolutely miserable day. I can really see the rain from here now. I don't think it's going to let up all day. I think it's going to rain all bloody day. I'm wearing a super poncho all day. I just stepped in a puddle and I don't have my bags on.
Oh, you silly Billy.
Ugh. Wet feet at 9:30.
That's not a great start to the day.
If you're enjoying this video so far, we'd really appreciate it if you could like, comment, subscribe, or maybe even hit the hype button if it's there. Thank you.
Unfortunately, it's still raining. I don't think it's going to stop all day, so I'm just going to have to suck it up, really. Yesterday, I really, really struggled with the rain, but today I'm not feeling too bad about it. Yesterday was hard. If you watched yesterday's video, you'll know that we nearly gave up.
I want to quit.
But today, I'm actually feeling all right, even though it's raining. It's like a drizzle rain, though. It's not like a downpour. Like, my feet aren't wet yet. I did step in a puddle and get my feet a little bit wet, but it's not because of the rain. It's because I wasn't looking.
I feel like one of the things that's actually shocked me before we came into this, I genuinely thought it was going to be an absolute breeze because we've done so much other stuff that's so much more elevation and so much more remote and like you have to carry your food for a week or whatever like this. I was like, we don't even have to carry food. Our bags are super light. They're in like 10 kilos. Normally when we do these sorts of things, they're closer to 20 because we don't pack light ever. And to be honest with you, it's been so much more difficult than I was expecting. And I think it's because of the amount of concrete and cobbles. It really, really does make a difference compared to walking on a trail, which I thought, it probably will be like not as nice, but it's horrible compared to walking on a trail. Like you don't realize how much softer a trail is on like your joints. One plus side about this though is because there's not that much downhill or like steep uphill. My knees haven't hurt this whole trip, but I've got really bad ankle pain and like just the soles of our feet are really sore and we've got so many more blisters than we would normally ever get. And I think it's because of this, because these shoes have been broken in. We wore these on the TMB. I got a couple blisters on the TMB, but that was more to do with like dirt and grit getting in your shoes. When people say the concrete hurts, it hurts, okay? And they're not joking. I should have listened. And I recommend hiking boots, which loads of people say they don't recommend hiking boots, but in the winter I definitely do because so many sections are like wet. And the hiking boots are just the trail runner. As soon as one drop lands on the top, that's your foot wet. They're too breathable. You want a less breathable shoe for this kind of trail, I think. Anyway, they're my thoughts on the trail. Okay, bye.
I feel like adding on to that, I did not realise how much road walking it was. Don't get me wrong, I knew it was going to be a lot of road walking because we're walking through like civilization. It's not like a trail in the mountains, but there's so much road walking. I thought maybe we'd be on like trails next to the road, but you literally, as you can see behind me, you just walk
through the road, like in the middle of the road or at the side of the road.
They are quiet roads though.
Yeah, some of the roads are quiet. Like this one's really quiet, obviously. But there's been a lot of like main road walking. There's been a lot of like, you have to cross a lot of busy roads or go under or over them. And sometimes you do have to walk along the busy roads, which is not great. I mean, it's not terrible because usually there's a path. It doesn't make you walk along any like scary roads without a path. But it does make you walk along scary, busy roads with a path, which is not great. Something else that I found really difficult that I kind of didn't think I would is obviously the rain, which I sort of touched on earlier, and obviously if you watched yesterday's video I complained about it a lot. It has stopped raining now, which is kind of what made me think about it, because it's so much more enjoyable to walk without like the poncho on, without your hood up, without having to be like, oh, we can't stop, we have to just keep our head down and keep moving. My feet are dry currently. Like, it's just a way more enjoyable experience. And I know we're doing this in winter. It's actually like the beginning of December right now. So it's obviously going to rain a lot more now than it would in the summer. But as far as I'm aware, it still rains a fair amount in this region. So even in summer, there could be like multiple days of rain. And I just didn't realize how difficult I'd find the rain. It's just so like demoralizing, I guess. It's the multiple days of rain and then like staying in a shared dorm at the end that isn't heated, so nothing dries. Like last night was really good because the dorm room and the whole auberge in general was heated. But that's like really, really rare. All the other ones have been really cold and really damp and just really kind of miserable, and nothing really dries. So the multiple days of rain definitely brings me down. It's way more difficult than I thought it would be. Like, I knew walking in the rain all day is difficult, but like mentally it's been really, really draining. So just something that I hadn't really thought about before we started. I was like, we'll just bring a rain poncho, everything will be fine. But I guess it's more of a mental game. There is also way more pilgrims on this route now that we're in the last 100 kilometers, and we're actually like seeing people as we walk, which is very different because there was only us and one other person coming out of Porto. Very soggy and damp in here, but I imagine it's just soggy and damp all year round because look how green it is. That tree back there had like a thick green coat on. Everything's green. How have you found the first 10 kilometers of today?
An absolute breeze. I'm surprised. When we left this morning, I was like, okay, here we go. We're flying along. The terrain's really nice. It's not too steep. It's not raining. Overall, it's perfect conditions compared to the other few days. No rain, no cobbles, no hills. Lovely.
We gave in to temptation and we came into this wonderful looking cafe and we ordered 2 beers. It came to €4.60.
Absolutely zero willpower when it comes to drinking a beer in one of these cafe stops. Am I going to regret as soon as we leave because I'll need a wee 5 minutes when we hit on the trail? Yes, I will. But you know, that's a problem I'll face later down the road, I guess. Anyway, we're going to sit and drink our beers.
I wanted 2 beers, we only had 1. It took a lot of willpower just to have the 1, but there is other stops on the way. We've had a little look at the map and there's other stops, so that will break it up a little bit. If you're coming here on a budget and you're like, hey, I'm not going to spend anything all day, I'm going to stay in the public auberge, I'm going to eat my own groceries, that's going to take a lot of willpower because you're going to walk past these cafes and these little snack bars and you're going to be like, I want to stop in there. It looks appealing, it looks inviting, especially when the sun comes out. If you did this in the summer, my goodness, I'd be stopping everywhere. Everyone's got a patio, everyone's got a terrace. Oh, yeah, Danielle just said we'd never get going again. She's right, we wouldn't. We'd just get Uber everywhere. We'd probably just stop, have a couple beers and be like, should we get an Uber? Get the stamp, pretend we've done it. Be on our merry way, literally. So yeah, I'm finding that quite difficult to just walk past the cafe stops that look really inviting. Even when it's cold and rainy, it makes you want to stop because you're like, oh, it looks warm in there. You see the steam on the window and you're like, yeah, I could go in there and have a beer or a coffee or a snack. I feel like I needed this sign yesterday. This was the advice I needed yesterday. Just stop complaining. It's a day too late for me, unfortunately. Today I haven't complained at all.
No, you haven't.
Not yet.
it's time to stop for some lunch.
All right, we stopped again. We've got ourselves another beer. We're also pretty hungry, so we've got ourselves a pizza to share. Half pepperoni, half chorizo, 12 euros. Not sure how much the beer is, but I'll find out soon. It has just started raining. We're sitting outside in this cute little place called Cabaza, and it's just off the trail, but it has just started raining, so I think we're going to move inside. I'm still a little chilly.
Okay, the pizza's arrived. It looks absolutely fantastic. Should we give it a try? This looks like I might make a big mess. I've never seen one of these things before, but all right, let's give this a try. I think this is going to be a private moment.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's good. It's just going to be really messy, and I don't think you need to see me.
All right, pizza's demolished. I ended up eating a little bit more than half because Danielle was full. It was really nice to have something different. I enjoyed it, which is funny because actually we have chorizo like every single day, and bread, and cheese. It was nice to have it cooked in a different way.
The grand total for the 2 beers and the pizza was $16.80. The beers are only $2.40 each and 12 euros for the pizza. Bargain.
About a kilometre from the town, just started raining again. I'm just glad it didn't rain all day, I guess. I'll take 15 minutes of rain over 6 hours of rain.
We had a good run, a real good run.
Yeah, we tried our best. To be fair, if we didn't stop so long at lunch, we would have made it.
That's true.
Nice clam.
After a fairly pleasant day of hiking, we finally made it to Caldas de Reis. We actually booked ourselves into a private auberge, which cost us 49 euros. I just looked on my phone to find out. Bloody hell, that was pricey. We did end up with a private room, which had a private bathroom and a balcony, and then it had like a shared kitchen, and it was right in the town, so I guess the location was good. It was a public holiday and everything was closed, so we went to the local store and all we could find was salami, but luckily we had some other food in our bag. Of course, we got a couple beers, and then we headed back to the auberge to cook up our dinner. If you've been following this journey, it'll be no surprise that we ended up with pasta, salami and sauce. And I can't forget the facts and figures. Today we walked 23.6 kilometres, which is 14.7 miles. We were walking for 5 hours and 45 minutes, and we spent 86 euros and 82 cents, which is 102 USD. Hello, good morning, and welcome to day 10. This morning we woke up in a private albergue in the town of Caldas de Reis. I think I'm saying that right. We had a private bathroom and we woke up pretty early this morning, which is rare for us. We're heading out early because we're hungry for our breakfast. The plan today is to head from Caldas de Reis all the way up to Padron, and it's only a measly 18 kilometres today, so we're thinking it's going to be a breeze. I guess we'll find out soon.
That's where we stayed. This is the bakery. Smells good. We found a bench outside and it's not raining for the first time in ages, so I've taken a seat. I just pointed and the poor lady didn't understand me. I was like, one of these. I don't know what any of them are called, but they were €1.50 each, €3 for 2 delightful looking pastries.
It tastes like pastry.
Nice. Okay, breakfast stop is officially over and we've started walking. I've started the watch. It is currently about 10 to 9 and we have about 18 kilometres today, which is by far the shortest day we've done. So I'm thinking we're going to be done early. We need to be done early because everywhere in the town of Padron that sells groceries closes at 2:30 p.m. So we need to be there before 2:30. The auberge opens at 1 and I've got a feeling it's going to be really, really busy. It's the public auberge, so it's first come, first serve, no booking required. But I feel like it's going to be really busy because we're in the last 100 kilometres. It's literally one day before we get to Santiago, so I think it's going to be busy. And I want a good bed, you know. Apparently there's 46 beds in the dorm. I mean, it's not ideal. I don't think it's going to fill up, but I just want a good bed. So we're going to try and aim to get there for about 1 p.m. But like I said, 18 kilometres. I reckon we should be able to do it. I have a cheeky little lunch/brunch stop on the way and then be there. So yeah, let's get going.
This morning, the day started off very similar to yesterday. We left the auberge, we walked through the old town, which was all cobbled and very, very cute. Then we headed onto quiet country lanes, and then eventually onto a lovely wooded trail. Honestly, it feels a bit like deja vu.
Because it's our penultimate day today, I wanted to talk about like things that we didn't necessarily know before we started the Camino that we kind of wish we did, but we know now because we've almost completed it. Is it a celebration or is it sad that we've almost completed it?
My feet are in such disrepair. It's a celebration.
Disrepair? Yeah. Will they never be the same again?
I think it's going to take months.
Okay, so my number one thing that I didn't necessarily know beforehand was that it's majority road walking. And I feel like Danielle feels passionate about this one because of her blisters. But there's a lot of cobbles, a lot of road, a lot of tarmac. And despite what it looks like now, I'm on a nice trail now, there isn't a lot of trail walking. If you're after a nice nature walk, this ain't it. This is walking on roads through Portugal and through Spain. Coming out of Porto, it was all roads. I think we touched our first trail after like 30 kilometres or something crazy. But this last 100 kilometres to Santiago has definitely got more of this this nature trail that I'm walking on now, which is quite nice. Mixed in with some road walking, but also some nature trails. So that's really nice. If you're doing the last 100 kilometres, definitely a lot less road walking than if you're doing the Portugal bit.
Yeah, I totally agree with Brenna here. The last 100k is definitely nicer, but also definitely busier, so just bear that in mind. Also, if you haven't done your good deed for the day, maybe you could like, subscribe, comment, hype, do all the things. You'll make my day.
Okay, we just made it through another town. We've done about 7 kilometres. It rained on us a couple times, it stopped raining, the wind picked up. It's not raining right now, so I thought I'd tell you about point number 2, which is that it's very, very safe. Now, obviously, the trail passes through some cities, so, be mindful of general city safety. But other than that, I would say it's a very, very safe trail that you can do on your own, if you're a solo female traveller, if you're a pair of females, if you're just on your own or you're just extra cautious. Even the dorm rooms are super safe, like all the other pilgrims are super friendly, courteous, respectful, very friendly. The locals are very friendly, very, very nice. Not once have I felt unsafe at all. Like, I know there's 2 of us, but even if I walk off on my own, there's never been any stretches where I'm like, oh, this is creepy, or oh, I don't feel safe. It's been really safe. I don't know, we haven't had any encounters. We've traveled a lot, stayed in a lot of different places, done a lot of different things, a lot of multi-day hikes and multi-day walks and stuff, bike rides. I'd say this is one of the safest I've felt. There's no wildlife fear. There's no fear of people. We haven't encountered anyone strange, or we saw a man in the field next to us with a rifle earlier, out hunting. Didn't once think, oh no, a man with a gun. It just feels really, really safe. Obviously use your regular cautions and have your wits about you when you need them. But in general, I would say this is really, really safe for everyone, to be honest. I'd say the most dangerous part is crossing the roads, like we are now. This is definitely I could see where this would get dangerous in the summer if the roads are busier, and walking at night. Those would be the 2 dangers. Other than that though, very, very safe. Okay, we stopped at a little cafe. It's all outside, so it's a little bit chilly, and we stopped for a coffee. I got Americano, Danielle got an espresso, and we really wanted to try the potato tortilla thing. Spanish omelette, as it was called. They had it on the menu, $3.50. She didn't have it. She was like, no, we don't have that today. So I'm a little bit upset. There's a giant tour group right behind me. They were walking around us at the last section, and it just felt very, very busy. So maybe they cleared them out. I don't see anyone eating it, but that's what I'm telling myself. Maybe they cleared her out. Maybe she doesn't make it in the winter.
Spoiler alert, we do eventually get our tortilla tomorrow, and boy, is it worth the wait.
It can be a little bit disheartening when you're soaking wet and cold all day, but I think if you have the right gear, then it's not as bad. These rain pants, when I bought them, I thought I'd hate them, and I thought I'd be really sweaty inside them. They're even good when it's just windy, because they're like windbreakers. I definitely recommend rain pants. These have been my lifesaver. I've worn them every single day, all day. Even when we go back and get changed, I put them back on again to go out. I love these rain pants. All of our stuff is also in bin bags inside our bags. So we have a bin liner, like a black sack from home, stuffed with all our stuff, then closed up, then the bag, then the rain cover, and then when it rains, the poncho too. So, too many layers of protection. But yeah, definitely bring all the gear, because it's going to rain no matter when you come. Apparently spring is the driest season, though, if you are trying to avoid the rain.
Yeah, just even if you think you don't need to bring the rain gear, you're like, oh, it's summer, I'm not going to bring it.
bring it. Danielle said she was talking to someone in the hostel yesterday and he wasn't going to bring a raincoat, and he said he bought one the day before he left because he's like, I should probably have a raincoat. And he bought it in a thrift store, and it's rained non-stop since like a week ago. So that's crazy to me that you wouldn't have a raincoat. Like, I'd recommend bringing rain gear, basically. And yeah, be prepared for the rain. It's mentally challenging.
Let's get the hell out of here.
We're on a mission to get 5 stamps today. We currently have, did we get 3 or 4?
3.
We got 3. Doing all right, I think. Doing all right. Put these away.
Stamp from the police, though.
Yeah, I got a stamp from the police, and then I thought he was telling me I needed to pay for it, but he was telling me the emergency number here in Spain is 112, but I thought he was saying I need to pay €1.20 for the stamp, and I was like, oh, I don't want to pay for it.
It's well and truly past lunchtime, but we found a place on the map that's only a few kilometres away, and boy, are we excited.
Said it was open on Google and it's closed. Don't do this on a public holiday. Why?
Bah. She's like, bye.
Morale definitely dropped a bit after finding out that cafe was closed. We were both kind of hungry and really wanted to drink and a big rest, to be honest. We got to this bridge and then we spotted a cafe on the left and we decided to stop in there, but we're only a few kilometres from town now, so we're just going to get a beer. Yay, stamp number 4. Yay, beer.
In Spain, between the hours of like 2:30 and sometimes 8 p.m, they have a break in the day, and all the cafes and shops and little like independently owned places are closed. Usually from 2 or 2:30 p.m, sometimes until 4:30, sometimes till 5, sometimes all the way until 8 p.m. So I feel like that's something that you need to bear in mind if you're walking through Spain. Also on Sundays, everything closes really early. If you're here on a public holiday, good luck to you. We are here over, like Danielle said, the Immaculate Conception holiday.
It's the Immaculate Conception holiday. That has nothing to do with the baby Jesus and Mary, by the way. It's actually when Mary herself was conceived by her mother Anne. Also because everyone, according to the Catholic belief system, is born with sin, which is all comes from Adam and Eve. Her mother Anne did not have an immaculate conception. She was conceived via normal marital relations.
That means everything closes at like 2 p.m. on Saturday. Everything's either completely closed on Sunday or it closes early. And on Monday, everything's closed, which is tomorrow when we get to Santiago. So we've had to do a lot of planning on this little section because we have to work out where all the grocery stores are, which grocery stores are open. That's why we had to rush today, because all the grocery stores are closed at either 2 p.m. or 2:30 p.m. It's been a bit of a nightmare, to be honest. Nothing too major, as long as you're like aware of it and you can plan ahead.
Prepare yourself for some revelations.
Well. This morning I told you we'd be staying in the public auberge for €10 each. We were walking along, we've got into town early, and we've decided this is our last night. Well, we're in Santiago, obviously, but we've booked that in advance. We've already booked that, so in my head that's already paid for. That doesn't count.
Go math.
So we've splurged and we've booked somewhere. That's what we had a beer. Spirits are high. We've got a private room. Woohoo!
We made it to the grocery store with literally 10 minutes to spare. They were about to close, so we ran in and we grabbed all the essentials. We grabbed some stuff for breakfast, some bread, some cheese, some meat, some tomatoes, and of course, some booze.
Scary American hotel.
Oh, it's not that bad.
All right, bed test time. Is it worth €70? Ooh, that look good.
Yeah.
Once we turned on the lights, it wasn't that creepy. I think it was just a little bit dark and it was, a little ominous. But once the light was on, it was actually really nice in there. Once we took off our bags, we both had showers, and then we decided to make some food in the room because we're trying to keep costs down. So we made a couple of sandwiches and we had a couple of beers and some wine.
I'm genuinely shocked about the number of possible accommodation options. If you're on a super budget, you can stay in the public auberge, which is only €10 a night, and you just get a bunk bed. Normally has a communal kitchen, communal common area, and like a couple of showers and toilets. And every time we've stayed in those, that hasn't been an issue. I think in the peak of summer when they're heaving,
maybe the toilet issue may be a problem, and I think getting a bed, you have to get there a lot earlier to actually guarantee you have one of them cheap beds. But there's also so many options of other like auberges that you can just walk in and book, not public ones. Similar price point, like a little bit more expensive, but still cheap. There's also booking.com, you can book on there. There's all our hotels, which we're in right now. Basically, I'm just mind blown by the number of options of places you can stay. You can book online, you can call a number, you can WhatsApp a number, you can just show up at the door, you can go to the public auberge. Basically, the world is your oyster when it comes to accommodation. You can either book in advance, you can just show up on the day. In the winter, you can literally do any of it. In the summer, it might be different, but plenty of options.
Alright, okay, we just left our hotel. It's extremely windy in this alleyway. But leaving our hotel got me to thinking that the dorms in the albergues are nowhere near as bad as you think they're going to be. When we first researched this and we saw that we might be in a potentially a 45, 50 bed dorm, we were like, holy moly, I can't do that. Let's just try it out and see how bad it is. And it turned out to be all right. And then every single one's actually been all right. Turns out that the dorms here on these Camino albergues are nowhere near as bad as the kind of dorms that you find in like Southeast Asia or the rest of Europe, where people are partying every night, getting drunk, waking up at 4 a.m. to get an early flight, rustling bags, packing bags, turning on the lights. Honestly, I could just sit here all day and tell you horror stories of dorms that we've stayed in. But turns out the ones on the albergues, even though they're even bigger than most of the dorms you'll stay in other places, they are so much nicer because everybody's doing the Camino. In Pontevedra, the like 40-person dorm we stayed in was genuinely one of the quietest dorms I've ever slept in my whole entire life.
We thought it was best to go and check out the town, so we went for a little wander around. The plan was to go and get a couple of drinks and just basically have a little look at the town because it was Christmas and it was really cute. But most places were closed and weren't due to open until 8 p.m, which is kind of late for us because, you know, tomorrow's the last day and we've got a lot of walking to do. We did manage to find this cute little cafe bar, so we went in there and had a beer, and it was really nice. Everyone else was drinking coffee though, which was really mind-blowing to me, drinking coffee that late in the night, but hey, we had a beer, so I was happy. Then of course I had to go and get a stamp. Look how happy I am. The mission for today is to try and get as many stamps as possible because there's not long left. We read online that this Mexican restaurant did wax stamps, so we had to go in there. We got some guac and chips, another beer, and then, most importantly, the wax stamp. The wax stamp was also just donation only, so I think we gave them about €5, and it was by far my favourite stamp, so I definitely recommend going in there. You got to choose what colour you wanted. Then we had one more beer for the road, and of course another stamp, and then headed back for bed.
Come in. Excuse the mess.
Alright, let me tell you the facts and figures. 19k, which is 11.8 miles. We walked for 4 hours and 35 minutes and we spent €124.16, which is around 145 USD.
Bloody hell, it's not raining.
Good morning and welcome to the last day on our Camino. This afternoon, hopefully, if all goes to plan, we will be in Santiago. Yay!
Are you excited or are you sad?
I'm kind of excited. My feet really hurt. I'm excited for it to be done. It's been a really fun journey, but I'm ready. I'm ready for another rest.
Yeah.
We've got 25k today. Yesterday felt a breeze, so I'm hoping today does. There's a lot more elevation today that we kind of climb up into Santiago, so we'll see.
We just packed our bags for the last time and it's kind of bittersweet. I'm kind of glad, kind of sad. Just put my shoes on and my foot really hurt, so I'm kind of glad.
Yeah, our bodies are starting to give up. We've been going for like 10 days now. 11 day? I think this is day 11.
Cut the show.
Yeah, I'm out of here.
Cut the show. I'm done.
Is there any taxis around? Do they have Uber here? Joking.
I am going to be glad to see the back of this stupid bag. Okay, final day. We've just left the hotel. It is not raining. It is a little windy, a little chilly. We have 25 kilometers today. We're going from Padron, which is where we are right now, to Santiago de Compostela. It's uphill the whole entire way, but it's the last day, so we'll just have to power through the aches and pains, you know? I'm hoping we make it there in good time. We think it's going to be between 5 and 6 hours of walking. It is a public holiday today, so there's probably going to be nowhere to stop, so it probably will take us 5 to 6 hours. We're going to find a quick coffee stop, get a coffee, because I don't think any cafes are going to be open along the way today, and then start walking to Santiago.
But first, we must get our morning coffee. Cute little cake. We got another stamp. Yesterday we ended up getting 8 stamps. We're going to try and complete the book. It's definitely a tall ask. We started off needing 25 and we already got 9, so we're doing all right.
I feel like I'm going to miss this the most out of everything, just stopping for like a random coffee at like all these cute little bars and cafes and stuff. I really like it here. I'm kind of sad it's over. I'm going through waves. I'm going to miss this, the coffee. It's hitting me. It's hitting me that it's over. And I'm a little bit sad about it. I'm going to miss this. Oh well, onwards and upwards, let's start walking.
Santiago, Santiago.
I might use that for my audition tape for Britain's Got Talent. What do you think? No, I'm joking. As you can see though, spirits are very, very high today. We're feeling good.
So far, the walk today has been pretty lovely. We walked along the main road for a few minutes or so, maybe like half a kilometre, and then we came off and we're in these like cute little towns. So these little houses. We saw a man feeding his cats. He had like 20 cats just running along the little streets. It's really nice. It's like winding through. It feels like a maze almost. Like I'm glad it's well signposted because it's honestly like a maze. Like all these tiny little alleyways. It's so cute. There's no one around though. I don't know if it's because it's a national holiday today, but there's just no one around. So cute though. I don't even understand how cars drive down here either. Like we passed a car at one point and I don't even understand how they're driving around here and how they don't get lost. I'm enjoying myself today. We've done about 4 kilometres. I'm feeling good. I don't know what this town is, but I've seen about 30 cats in this town. I don't know where we are, but they like cats here. Bye, kitty.
I loved this bit, walking through like the little neighbourhoods. It was so crazy that people lived down all these little roads. So nice. Oh no, cobbles. It's a bit dry.
It's kind of dry. It's dry. Hi. You gonna pet him?
He's kind of scary looking.
I guess I'll pet you. Are you nice?
Like a lion.
Nice. Oh, wow. Hello. Oh, don't scratch me. Ow, ow, ow. Ow, 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 ow.
All right, that's
Your turn. Oh, bye, cat.
Was it just us or is he a little bit odd looking? I can't figure out what it was about him. Really friendly little guy though. He followed us for ages. I did eventually touch him. I look like I'm being really mean, but he looked a little bit smelly. No, 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 no. The goats have a message for you. If you're enjoying this video, please don't forget to like, hype, share, comment, you know, all the things. Thanks.
Right, Brenna's been banging on about these grapes. And I've told her they're going to be sour. But she's like, no, I think they'll be all right.
It looks good. It looks like a shop grape.
Go on then, give it a try. Down the hatch.
The flavour's really nice, but they're so sour.
So you wouldn't recommend?
It tastes really good though. It tastes nice. You should try one.
You're lying.
No, it tastes good. It's just really sour.
You're lying.
No, I'd eat another one. Well, I wouldn't because it's so sour.
I just spat it out.
Oh, it's so sour.
Yeah. It wasn't bad. It tastes like Schlur. If you don't know what Schlur is, it's basically this British drink that's sparkling grape. And as a kid, you got it at special occasions and it made you feel like a grown-up because it felt like you were drinking wine even though you weren't. Anyway, we found this cafe and we went in for a coffee.
Okay, we just stopped for a coffee. We were going to get some food, but I don't think they're doing food today because of the holiday. I'm not sure. There was no menu, there was no obvious signs or anything. So we just got coffee. Comes with a free croissant. Danielle's eating hers. It came with 2, but you know, we don't have to share. It is 12 o'clock. I'm kind of hungry, but the coffee will do, I guess. It's the first place we found that's open. We got a stamp. Gonna drink this and go, I guess. Coffee stop over. It's 12:20. That little mini croissant will have to tide me over until we find somewhere. There may or may not be somewhere in 6.8 kilometres. It's really hard to tell what's open because of this holiday. We've got about 15 or 16 kilometres left, so we are approaching halfway in a couple kilometres, which is nice. And so far so good.
This part was beautiful. There was cobble somehow hidden in the path, but it was still nice. We are both very hungry. There's been a serious lack of food on the trail. I did manage to find a bag of old crisps, so I'm having them. And Brenna found herself a granola bar, so we're making do with random scraps at the bottom of the bag, and we're really hoping this cafe's open. That's the one, 4 kilometres.
Let's pray it's open.
This is an exciting moment. Nearly. Because we're nearly at less than 10. Single digits. We started at 250 and we've got less than 10 to go. Come on.
Woo! Single digits!
Woohoo!
Less than 10 to go!
If that's not open, you're going to see 2 30-something-year-old ladies crying outside. I'm so hungry. 1 kilometre, let's go. We're basically there now.
Oh, we can't tell if it's open or not. Please be open. Please. Oh, thank heavens. Thank the heavens.
Not to be dramatic, but it honestly felt like a miracle this place was open. Cheers.
Okay, we made it. We made it to the cafe. It's called Cafe Taperia. And we're still 8 kilometres away from the cathedral. We've done 18 kilometres. It was a bit of a struggle at the end there. We need some food. Luckily, it was open. As we were walking up, I didn't see any chairs. I didn't see anyone coming out. And then I saw a pilgrim walking out with their backpack. And I was like, thank God it's open. We've ordered a sandwich each. We've both got bacon and cheese sandwich, which is €4.50 each. We also got 2 beers. I'm really excited.
And we finally got to try Spanish tortilla. This is the first time we've tried this, and boy, was it worth the wait.
All right, I'm going to try this tortilla. I have been banging on about this like the whole entire time. Before we even got here, I was like, I need to try this. I've seen it in so many videos. It's like a potato and egg pie thing. I don't even know. So this looks so good to me right now. It's like just a bunch of potatoes stuck together with egg. My goodness, it's delicious. Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's great. I feel like after we eat this, we're literally gonna fly. The last 8K will be done in 2 hours. I'm so glad we stopped. I'm so glad it's open. Everything is absolutely delicious. This smells fantastic. The bread's soft. I can't wait to eat it. I recommend stopping here.
So good. We're done. We're out of there. 8.5 kilometers to go. Just walked out into very strong wind and very, very dark rain clouds all around. So looks like our last 2 hours are going to be wet. So far, it's not quite raining. I'm just really holding out hope that I don't have to put my rain poncho back on, because I remember the first time I put that on, Danielle literally couldn't stop laughing because it was so funny. And now I've worn it so much, because we've literally worn it like at least once every single day, that it's not funny anymore. It's not funny when I put it on, but it's still really funny, but we're just so used to it. How did you feel after that stop?
I feel absolutely fantastic. The ladies were lovely. The food was good. It was super cheap, I think, as well. It cost $17.60 for 2 beers, 2 sandwiches, and a tortilla. And that was so much food. Like, I couldn't even eat it all. It was so good, though. Now we've got 8K left, so we're hoping to make it there in 2 hours is the plan. 2 hours sounds quite good, I think. What time are we at now? It is currently 3:15. Be there by 5:15. Sounds pretty good, doesn't it? 5:15. We're ignoring that. That's not here. So far, so good. We've made it another couple kilometres and we try.
Smells like feet. Stinks. Ugh. Minty bee incoming. I literally hate it. Oh, I hate it, Brenna.
Take it off.
Stinks. Thank you.
The smell of that poncho was so triggering, we actually just didn't bother wearing them, and it did rain quite heavy and we got really, really wet, but I couldn't wear the poncho. It was just too irritating.
We're nearly there! Woo! 1 point something to go.
The last part of the walk was so tiring. Our legs were sore, our bags were heavy, we were soaking wet, but we finally made it. We got into the old town, we walked down a few little alleyways, and there it was, our first glimpse of the Santiago Cathedral.
Can't believe it. We've made it.
All right, we are on the final stretch. We're like half a kilometre away. Not even, I can see it. We just came around the corner and we just saw it. It's super busy along here. It's like a cute cold alleyway with loads of tourists and stuff. We're so close. We're literally like, I can see it. And it stopped raining. The last few kilometres were so miserable. It was just rain, walking through the city, heads down, just kept walking. And now we're here and it's not raining. Feels kind of strange, just like anticlimactic. It's like, oh, we're here. What now? Should we turn around? Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. High five, we made it.
I don't know what you do now that you're here. Just look at it, I guess. It's a really impressive building. Really impressive. I feel like I've seen a lot of old buildings in my time, but this one, maybe because it took me a really long time to get here, but it's quite impressive.
Okay, we officially made it. We finished it. 215 kilometres because we skipped a little bit. It should have been 250 kilometres from Porto. Made it to the cathedral. We're now going to go check into our hotel because we're kind of wet and kind of cold and we want to drop our bags off and look around the town, I guess. It is 5:25 right now, so took us a little while. Took us like 6.5 hours, but we went a little slow. The last bit was a little bit miserable, a little bit rainy, but we made it. Woo!
Luckily, the hotel we were staying at was only about 10 minutes from the cathedral because honestly, we didn't have much juice left in our tank. We barely fit in the lift and I was convinced it was going to break. These lifts are scary. We went and checked in and dropped off our bags. Honestly, such a bittersweet feeling. Once we checked in and we had a shower and we got on some dry clothes, we went and got some stuff for dinner. And tomorrow we're going to take you with us into the cathedral and to go and get our certificates. So I guess I'll see you tomorrow in the next one. Bye! And last but not least, the facts and figures. Today we walked 26.6 kilometres, which was 16.5 miles. We were walking for 7 hours and we spent €69.40, which is around 81 USD. And for anyone who likes my facts and figures, I've put it all together for you in one giant breakdown. The overall trip for both of us cost €705.58. I've broken that down into categories. Accommodation was €366, 3 nights in a hotel, 3 nights in a private auberge, and 4 nights in a public auberge. Our food costs were €188.98. We spent €32.70 on coffee. Our transportation costs were €38.40. Our beer/booze budget was €73.50. And I have a miscellaneous category, which was when we did laundry, and that was €6. If you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching, and please do enjoy the next 5 minutes of bloopers.
Shit.
Nothing. 33 kilometres tomorrow. Do you think I'll make it?
I'll be your backing dancer.
Yeah. I've showered.
Yeah, it was really hot and really nice.
Yeah.
Back in dancer or back in singer?
Oh, both.
Oh, that's something on my face. Was it nuts?
There's nothing on your face. I just wanted to see how long you'd smile for.
Oh, forever.
Oh!
Oh, that cup looks a bit grubby. Oh, let's grub on that. Just pretend there isn't.
Hello and good morning. Today, 3 on the Camino.
4.
Also, go back and watch our other videos. They're funny.
Yeah, they're better than this one.
Maybe.
All right, let's go.
Well, yeah, come on,
Enough dawdling, let's go.
We're fannying around again.
Oh God, I'm ruining a photo. Go around.
Friend of Father Christmas is watching you. You better be a good girl.
Creep.
It'd be embarrassing to put my bag in here when I want to sit.
My feet absolutely stink and I need to get in the shower and wash them.
Oh my God, I've never smelled a smell like that.
I never normally have
Ever.
smelly feet, but when my shoes have got so wet and then dried and then got so wet and then dried, my foot stinks. So I need to get in the shower. I'm repulsing myself.
Imagine like a really, really like sharp cheese, but like it's been left out in the sun for about 3 weeks and then like someone put it in a bin bag and then
Left it in the boot of a car on a sunny day.
yeah, and then they got it back out of the bin bag and then put it in your face like this. I can smell them from here.
No, you can't.
I can.
Let me get in the shower.
She made me do a blind sniff test on our socks. She said my socks smelled just as bad. And then she did a blind sniff test and oh my God, her sock got to about here and I was like, ooh. I woke up this morning and I rolled over and I was like, ooh. Even my arms ache.
They're the exact noises she actually made. She rolled over and was like, ooh. I was like, all right.
I got out of the bed like this. Ooh. Ooh. I'd just say, where is?
Where is das? I keep merging all the languages in my head. No, it was really casual. I was
Where is Das?
like, well, no, I walked past and I had a feeling it was out and I was like, Albania? And she's like, see, and then described it, but did this, luckily, and I was like, ah, yes, to the left. Nice bag.
Oh, you like my bag? Yeah? It's a Simon D. Simon Day. I wanted to go on the Thrustmaster 5000.
Whoa. Am I doing it?
Danielle's saying that we can't use this footage. I'll be the judge of that.
Lucky I can read Spanish now. No el baño. Lo siento.
Are you ready? Are you ready to walk?
I was like, whoa, that's a big dog. Hello.
Hi.
Are you friendly?
Whoa. Whoa. Someone's in a good mood.
Whoa, soup with a beer.
That one has a hair on it, or is the pink bottle?
Let me film you one instead. Danielle says she can see the cathedral from here, but I think that's not it. I think that's too close. So I'm going to zoom in and look.
We need that 8x zoom.
Oh, that ain't it.
Are you sure?
Yeah, that ain't it.
Oh, let's pretend.
Oh, wow!